All set? Good evening. My name is Jack Dearborn, Chairman of the Ware Select Board. Tonight's meeting on March 30th, 2026, 6:30. Call to pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'd like the board to introduce themselves, starting on my left. And
James Drury.
Ricky Hipler.
Bruce Fillmore.
Benson Goodwin.
Thank you. First order of business this evening is public comment.
Yes, that's me.
Anyone wish to come up? State your name, please, and where you live.
Hello, my name is Vincent Rowe. I live at Barnett Hill Road. I am the current facilities director of the Ware Athletic Club. I'm here to speak to you today because it was made painfully clear that recently the BOS is looking to shrink the budget of park in order to help cover costs since the proposed budget did not pass. I am here today to implore you to reconsider this option. In our town, we have limited sports recreational facilities as it is, especially when considering the number of teams. The budget of park is already incapable of keeping up with major maintenance that needs to occur. In fact, often it fails the private organizations to help maintain these fields in functional condition. Organizations like WAC and the Generals have gone above and beyond with funds and labor so that our youth can compete in various sports, as we find this better than the potential trouble or danger they could be getting into without sports. Taking away from the park budget further is not only a disservice to many in our community, but is a major disservice to our children. That's all I have for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else for public comment? Being none, we will move on to the next agenda item. 2026 budget discussions. Recognize Finance Administrator Beth Rouse.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so I guess we'll start. How did we get here? So in general, over the last 11 years, 4 of our operating budgets have passed, which leaves 7 operating budgets that failed. The town has passed separate warrant articles for increases to personnel compensation. However, in the 7 years the operating budgets failed, we did not receive increases to the expense side of the operating budget, except for in 2025, the police department had a small increase for body-worn cameras. The most recent operating budget that passed was in 2023, and it did not include complete inflation adjustments for the expense budget. Not all expenses increase at the rate of inflation, such as legal expenses, insurance, and fuel. As a result, this leaves the expense side of the 2026 operating budget in an extreme state and inadequate to meet the life and safety needs of the town of Ware. This will require specific actions by the Select Board and department heads to reduce the service delivery impact to the town of Ware. So how did we get here? If our proposed budget passed with pay increases, we would have an operating budget of $9.7 million. We did not get our proposed budget passed, so we got a default budget with pay increases. I went through that on a first attempt to find any cuts that I could find. I was able to reduce it to $9.5 million. The approved budget that we got from the voters is 9.3. So we need to come up with a budget that fits in that number, 9.3. So if you take out the payroll portion, which is $6 million, our expenses are $3,200,000. So we need to find, some of that. So like I said, I've gone through it at first attempt, talked to department heads. We were able to come up with $168,000. With that said, some of the fuel savings are in there, which with the economy the way it is now, those fuel savings doesn't look like we'll be receiving those savings anymore. So what's available after we subtract out what we were able to cut from our expenses is $3,041,000. What we need is $3,259,000. So what we're looking for is additional $217,517 within the budget. Additional topics to consider. So what has happened in the last few weeks, the Board of Selectmen has met in a non-public to discuss payroll adjustment options. They have deliberated on many options regarding payroll. This evening, they finalized payroll adjustments of $267,000. The department heads will be notified of their decisions, of their options, and then after the department heads are notified, we can notify the public of those decisions. Other topics that we need to consider outside of payroll is where we can do some reductions. Some possibilities that have come up is the town office here, and I'll get further on the next slide. Other possible reductions is Parks and Recreation, Chase Park, and the ball field maintenance, the library operating expenses, and the transfer station. Could we cancel Household Hazardous Waste Day? That's an option. What we need more of in our budget, possible resource needs, the police department. Above and beyond what's in their budget, they need another $11,250 for tasers. Above and beyond their operating budget, they need $12,240 for ballistic equipment. Fire and Rescue needs an additional $12,000 to offset a grant that they are applying for radios. They need an additional $5,000 in protective clothing. And if they have a potential Group 2 fire captain, they would need another $17,000 above and beyond their operating or their approved budget. For the clerk's office, there's been a concern that an additional voting machine is needed. Jack did the math, and one additional machine will reduce wait time from 60 minutes, worst case scenario, to 40 minutes. So one voting machine will reduce waiting time by 20 minutes.
And if we could just stay on this page for a second.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did reach out and ask the question to the moderator, what would a reasonable delay for processing votes, the whole thing? He said 10 minutes. So if you went from 60 minutes to 30 minutes, you need 2 more machines. And if you went from 60 to 30, you need another 4 machines for a total of 6 additional. So it gets a binary progression. So every time you want to cut a number of minutes in half, you got to add 2 machines. Now we already have 2, if you will. So to get on to 10, it's getting ridiculous. The amount of money, it's over $100,000, $7,000 apiece. So, and this is worst case for the town vote next year, because we haven't any money in the budget. Nobody thought it was going to take this long for those machines to work. So the real question is, what can we afford? And 40 minutes probably isn't acceptable. People will start not showing up to vote if it's that long.
So are you saying in order to get our wait down to 10 minutes, it's going to take 10 machines? Is that what you said?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Because
All right.
to get the 15 minutes, it'll take us 6 extra machines, because we got 2. And that's $42,000. So, something else to think about. I will say, we haven't officially received anything. I did receive something from Parks and Rec through Matt. We could talk about that. Is somebody here from Parks and Rec? Thank you. Library, by statute, we can't take their money away. Last year, they were able to underrun some of their budget, and we're hoping that something like that would happen. Transfer station, says it right there. Police department, this amount of money was put in to the budget for the proposed budget, which was turned down. So some of that equipment is aging, and the intent was to have a 5-year replacement cycle. This is 1 year of a 5-year replacement cycle for both the fire and the police. So I added these back in for consideration, assuming that life and safety is an important part of this equation. So, just reason why I did that, nothing other than just putting back in what was in the budget. Thank you.
All right, so I'm just going to skip the, one of the options for now and go into the risk so that we can see the whole picture, and then you can go back and discuss what options you want to take. So Jack looked at some outside risk factors. So the increased demand for salt and the application for 1 to 2 inches ice snow accumulation. If we had 3 additional storms in late 2026, when I did my forecasting budget, I did 3 additional storms in the beginning of the year. Jack's adding 3 additional storms at the end of the year. So that would be 800 tons of salt.
Well, we asked
Jason.
DPW director, what's the probability of 3, and he said 100%.
Okay.
So I originally did 1, which is 33%
Yeah.
of those numbers, and he said 100%, so we went with his numbers just for this exercise. Thank you.
And then over time, he also did 3 storms, $7,200. He also did 100% risk factor.
The 1 and 2 inch storms have killed us
Yes.
this spring because we spent that money already. Okay, every time I go out there, it roads up budget, what's available.
Yeah.
So we've already had a series of these little storms.
Yeah, and that's just a 6-hour storm, 3 hours in the beginning, 3 hours for the cleanup. So any other storm that lasts longer than that, or they have to go out more than twice, obviously that number will go up. Fuel increases, I've heard about the cost of fuel going up. So we're currently budgeted for $310 per gallon for unleaded and $3.40 for diesel. We're anticipating unleaded to go to $3.60 and diesel to $5.30. That,
We're over that.
yeah.
So, is this transient? When Iran runs out of missiles, does everything go back to normal?
Yeah, and is this temporary? Is this through year end? So the risk is there for us to be going over in our fuel. Vehicle repairs, DPW, additional $50,000. Jason confirmed with the transmission needed in T8.
Just on DPW, last year was $85,000 in his budget, and I think it went over 178 to fix the geriatric fleet. So we had 100,000 in the
Forecasted.
forecast budget,
Yeah.
and we asked him, what's the possibility of achieving it? He said, 0. So, and we had 50,000, we were going to put some kind of a factor, and he says, we'd be lucky to get away with 50,000 on top of the 100 for 150 for this year. So, again, that's the number. And the police, this just assumes that police is what, $10,000 to 12, your repair budget?
We've consistently gone over.
But
that
what is your
number.
budget?
This is,
10.
budget's 10.
You're up to 17, 18?
I was about 25 the last
25.
few years. But what that's based on is us not doing any major repairs. If the Dodges go down, they're down.
Parking. Correct. And, go ahead.
And the potential for the police to go to 0 is per Chief Moore's Special Order 26-001, budgetary restrictions requiring that 2 officers per cruiser, what was it? Double up in cruisers whenever possible to reduce the usage and extend the vehicle life. And then also limiting travel on poorly maintained roads to minimize the risk of undercarriage.
Which means
damage.
class 6 and private roads. They'll still respond.
Yes, if it's a call for service, we're absolutely going, but just proactive patrols. We get a lot of, matter of fact, we just fixed 5 again for the muffler system And what they're telling us is that we hit rocks and potholes and stuff, it hits the muffler, breaks apart joints, and we're consistently have to repair it. So hopefully that'll minimize the repairs staying off of roads like that unless we have to go.
And then fuel surcharges. In our contract with our hauler for the transfer station, we pay $12.50 every trip it goes over $4 a gallon for diesel. So, again, running into the fuel increase on that.
All these numbers are something that I kind of come up with, and a risk factor was modified by talking to the department heads. I could be wrong, could be high, could be low. It's something to start from and modify based on other people's input, other board members' input, and department heads.
Okay, so for that being said, the initial shortfall when we reviewed the budget was $217,517. In the opportunities that we found regarding payroll, we found $267,853, so that number's changed a little bit. If we add back in the factored risks of $173,771, we're still short $120,620. And it's going to be $122,000 due to our payroll adjustments. Some of the options that have been knocked around in the last few weeks. Anyone want to discuss the?
So, basically, right now, we're about as extremely short as we can. There's a total of 8 people. As of April 29th, the zoning administrator has given his notice, so we're gonna be down. And just in the last couple of weeks, sickness has run rampant through here, so just in case you wanna know. So the thought was, I don't have any quantitative amount to tell you how much that it's gonna come up with, but if we do 4 10-hour days, the entire building, starting May 1st, Monday through Thursday, we would have staff hours from 7 to 5, but the public would be 7:30 to 4:30. That allows for some uninterrupted time at both ends of the day so that you can prepare or close out transactions and get to the bank. And due to the decrease of the staff, it would be beneficial for all remaining staff to be here at one time. As you know now, we stagger. And I think everybody, what the staggering has done for us is we allowed more to open, but that your building's open longer, which is more heat, AC, lights. But at the same time, if you come on a day that, for instance, assessing closed, you want to pay your taxes, you want to register your car, but you can't talk about deductions or vice versa in land use or things like that. So putting everybody together, leaving the building closed for 3 consecutive days is a reduction in building operating costs. Basically, also on the right-hand side, allows for more efficient use of the staff time, increasing morale for better work-life balance, reducing burnout, job satisfaction, and retention is big. I did go and speak to everybody about this because it is going to be a change before I even went forward, because I wasn't going to propose something, because I think it's very important to have the staff on board. It's a morale booster, and they were pretty excited that, you know, if we all worked together and stayed together, then, you know, we would be Monday through Thursday. And then improve morale, spelled wrong, leads to increased engagement and productivity during work hours. And again, it's in a balanced approach that increases employee morale while reducing building costs. I can't tell you exactly quantitatively how much it would be to shut the building for 3 days in a row, but there is no meetings ever on a Friday. So the proposal would be in May 1st, and that would allow the town clerk as well time to put it in her next round for the May registrations. We would put it out everywhere we could possible with Facebook and the town website that it's coming, so it wouldn't be a shock. And that's one that you see in front of. Do you want me to take the other one that I thought of a second?
But let's stay on this for a second. Townaware is basically a service industry, if we will. We don't really manufacture anything, with the exception maybe of an occasional road for replacement. A lot of that is hired, such as asphalt and such. When you got people doing what's called the front office, which is interfacing with people. And then you get this constant interruption during the day. It's very difficult to get all the filing and everything else done and then start back again the next day, especially when somebody, not even mention, is going to be missing one of those 5 days. And we've lost a person, I think we're actually down from 5 years ago, one person. So we're trying to do the same, if not more, because we get more people coming to town as time goes by, and with less people. And so asked Naomi to go off and consider what she would think about the her internal workings of the building. So this is an idea. We haven't decided on this. We ask for a recommendation.
If I may, I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean, a lot of towns that I deal with on a regular basis are closed Friday too. So it's kind of something everybody, all the trades guys, everybody expects it because every other town around is closed on Fridays. So it's not, I don't see it as being really much of an impact.
You got something else?
Well, there's one other one I came up with, it's not on the slide, is, the town hall, during the pandemic, we were closed and we weren't using it, but, so the town hall is rented out for baby showers, bridal showers. We have some groups that use it. We have a senior exercise program, and we right now have a homeschool group using it every Tuesday. But in February, we delivered 340.9 gallons of propane for $1,076.90. And then 1 month later, we burned through another 300 gallons at $1,001.70. And I expect probably the fuel man will show up in April to top us off for the summer. Some of the things that we do pay monthly, we pay a cleaning of $220, which if you close it for 6 months, I'm suggesting maybe June 1st, and I'll get to why in a minute. That's $13.20. Electricity costs us $43 a month. And janitorial supplies for the toilet paper, paper towel, trash bags, and things like that is $75 a month, so that's $450. So every month, without any heat, it's $2,028. I mean, I'm sorry, $2,028 6 months. So divide that by 6. What we have in play is nothing that I want to disturb, because people have taken the time to reserve the town hall, and because if you send out invites for showers or whatever, you need to have it planned. So in April, the town is having their play for the 250th or whatever it is. That's April 18th. We have a birthday party for April. Then we have senior exercises for 3 days a week and homeschools every Tuesday from 10:30 to 3:30. And in May, we have Hand in Hand, which is the senior centers doing a program. Again, you have senior exercise, homeschool, and you have a birthday party. After that, you've got no one that has rented the hall that's actually going to pay you. And I say that because there are town organizations that book the town hall, for instance, for the town-wide yard sale, the patriotic, sometimes just to have the bathroom available. And in November, way down, there's a penny sale for another group that we don't get anything for. So my suggestion was June 1st, and basically it's not cutting anyone off, it's just not accepting any more applications. That was a thought I had this afternoon. Just, like I said, I don't know quantitatively, but, and then the question is, well, how are we gonna keep an eye on it? So our building inspector goes out several times. He's offered to stop in, you know, every day, every other day, and make sure there's nothing leaking, nothing's running, or something like that. Shouldn't be if no one's using it. But I will say, what prodded me, and I'm just gonna say it, is, I think Saturday was about 35-ish when I came home, and somebody was renting it, and all the doors were wide open with balloons tied to the door. And all the parking was in the fire lane, you know, so the resident that lives next to us has been good to us, but there's no parking in the fire lane. But more so is, I don't know how much heat was going out the door. At the same time, the whole place was being rented. The doors were open, balloons were tied to the outside of the door, they were propped open. So are we heating the outside at the same time? And for the amount of money you get for rent, it's not even a remotely appropriate for it. But it's not interrupting anybody, I'm not booting anybody off, it would just be if you agree with my suggestion, that it would be June 1st, and then we wouldn't take any more, basically, applications to rent the town hall.
Another thing we haven't really looked at, but Naomi's taken some action items to, is our fees we charge. I don't know when the last time we ever considered our fee structure, but Naomi's gonna take a perusing around other towns and see what their fees for services
Oh, yeah,
are.
all our fees, our planning,
Right.
zoning.
The whole enchilada. So this will allow us to figure out if we're low or whatever we are. We haven't made any decisions on that, but we're gonna have to get some information first before we even address that aspect. Beth, are we done with the exception of maybe Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
Would you like to speak, Mr. Parks and Recs?
Sure.
Come up, your name, please, and where you live.
I am Dave Lundeen, Page Hill Road. I am the vice chair of the Parks and Rec. We went through our budget, we looked at different lines. Some of the lines, as you see, like rubbish was like $5,000 last year. We actually went to a carry-in, carry-out, so basically the only rubbish we now have is at Chase Park. And working with the current carrier we have, we're down to about $1,000 to cover it for the entire season. And that starts, and we may be able to even get that a little bit lower depending on when we actually have them start. We'll have them only do weekly pickups during July and August during our busy time, and then do bi-weekly after pretty much there. Overall, all the different line items we went through, it's basically $13,375 that we can cut out. If you went to reducing by an hour on the park, so instead of being open 11 hours a day during the summer, if you went to only being open 10 hours a day, the rough math we came up with was $3,000 in payroll, doesn't include the FICA and all of that other fun stuff that goes in behind that. If you were to close on Labor Day, so basically we'd have nothing for September and October, that'd be basically based off of last year's payroll, that'd be almost $3,100. If you went to the weekend and closed the weekend after Labor Day, so you basically do that weekend, you'd be at 26, or 27, sorry.
Just my ignorance, when does the park open usually?
Well, Memorial Day weekend.
Okay. And then the hours of operation are usually?
The weekends, all the way through until school's out, is just weekends. And then starting, once school is completely out and done, and usually it's the day after they're done, because we have teacher days and things like that. Usually it's a day or so after we go to full-time hours.
5, 6, 7 days a week?
7 days a week. Currently, it's open from 9 in the morning till 8 at night. We'd go take a half hour off on either end so that families who parents work can come home and then get to the park. Because if you're closing at 7, they don't get home till 6 to get there and only have an hour. We're trying to adjust it a little bit to be fair to both sides, open it a little bit later and close a little bit earlier so that people in the morning, yeah, it's a half hour later. We get complaints from boaters and fishermen, hey, we want to get out and go fish early in the morning, and you can't because the gate's locked. The park last year, we only had one call to the police department, and that was actually on the very last day of the park being open. And so we've really worked, the staff has worked very, very hard to maintain stuff, and obviously with having the same staff there for a long time now, we've kind of got it down to science of not
You've only got one gate, am I correct?
two. Technically, one, the main gate in, and then there's the boat ramp gate as well that gets locked.
Okay. So, what I was thinking is, well, because you only have one gate, you have no gate for the park itself, you have two for the boat ramp. Can't get in, you gotta get another one open. To alleviate the boating issue, does the park have to be open?
Yes.
Why is that?
The park has to be, well, right now, we're,
Does the park area, which is beyond the ticket booth, need to be open?
there's no way to close it off. The gates are at the front, so if you open up the front gate. yes,
Hypothetically, if we had another gate that allow us to close off the ticket booth, can you open up for the trailers, for just boat trailers?
There's not a lot of parking. You could probably put 3 boats, maybe, boats and trailers, or trucks and trailers, or whatever you have.
So they
vehicles
use your
and-
parking lot for a trailer's location?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And there's also, they're doing checks to make sure that the boats are all clean, the trailers are all clean, so that no foreign milfoil and substances are getting in, and and it's actually keeping the lake a lot cleaner.
So I guess my question would be, do you have, because I know that in the years past, there was tallies being kept on attendance. What, like, say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday attendances versus the rest of the week?
I don't have those,
You may not have them handy, correct?
I don't have them handy. We do have the tallies of how many people. I don't think it's more of a day total, so we don't have it by then, as far as, and we based off of all of that off of basically 3.5 people is where we're getting our math numbers. Because you take the total payroll last year of just over 40, we had 2932 total hours. That comes down to 1377 an hour. And 3.5 people, because some days we can run with 2, some days, it all, also last year, we had two rain days. Out of the entire summer, we were closed 2 days for rain. So it all depends on the weather. The more rainy days we get, the more we're closed, and we can save money. Kristen can adjust and kind of work on the hours to try to say, during the week, can we get it down more? Some of it's a safety issue, because we have at least half the staff is not 18, at least half or more of the staff is not 18. And so, it gets into, do you want 14 and 15-year-olds telling an adult, you gotta go, and running into problems of, so it's more of a, with 3 people, 2 of them can be down raking the beach, and one of them's still kind of up at the front. There are walkie-talkies, there are radios, so that they can communicate if there's an issue, they can come back up. But it's more, it's the supervisors who generally stay at the gatehouse to protect, to obviously check in boats and things like that. Obviously, sometimes Memorial Day or Labor Day weekend, there's a lot, we just need more staff on, just because it's a lot busier.
So what are your actions from this going forward? Do you have any additional actions you're going to take?
We can try to, Kristen can work on the payroll to try to get it down. She even suggested that she could work a couple of days in the morning, because obviously she's been there long enough. She knows the routine to have only one person working in the morning. And we really don't want to have other people working by themselves. I would say Kristen, who's the director and the head supervisor, could work by herself, which would cut out a couple of hours of payroll by only having one person during the time. So you could save an additional $4,000 or $5,000 in payroll based off of Kristen being able to schedule and trying to keep it minimum, but also making sure she's keeping the entire staff safe.
Could you work up an option of that? And I don't know what your schedule is.
Yep. Yeah, Kristen would have to go through and kind of work out what the schedule would be for the summer, so that she could then say, here's how many hours I think I'm going to need. But it also just depends on the weather and how warm it is, or how,
So option 1 is what you provided us?
Well, no, we can do all of those, and then she can
That's what I'm saying.
further
Option 2
reduce the
would be-
payroll.
Option 2 would be this plus additional. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
It all depends on, what you guys want to do on closing on Labor Day, or right now, we're currently open till
that's his numbers.
Columbus Day. So it's all whether,
But don't you go back to weekends only?
we go only to weekends only, and it's only, 10 to 4, and it basically ends up being only 10 to 4. Do I have that number? It's 10 to 4 during, yeah. It's 9 to 6. We were open 9 to 6 on September 6th and 7th, and then we're pretty much down to 10 to 4 the rest of the way out till that. So basically, it's 6 hours a day. 6 hours a day. It's 30 hours of hours open.
Would you get with Naomi and tell us when we can get a answer from Christian?
Yeah.
Christian doing the upgrade on top of what you already have?
Yeah, I mean, as far as trying to cut
In
down,
addition to the 16,375?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm seeing this.
Well, I got the email,
I
so.
understand, but this wasn't sent to the entire board, so,
No, it wasn't, because I just got the email, okay?
I understand that.
So the
I
point
mean-
is, I asked him to go back and come up with another recommendation.
I mean, are you guys, how much more are you guys looking for us to give you? I mean, that's more of an easier number to ask, to say, hey, we gave you 16, we need another X number of dollars, so that I can go have Kristen say, here's where you're trying to get to as far as overall hours. And also, did anything change as far as our numbers, as far as payroll, as far as hourly wages and things like that?
The proposed budget that you have is where the pay increase is going to. It's already in there.
Okay, but like, that would be one of the questions ours is, where our rates are at as far as,
Yeah, it's in that approved budget number.
okay,
Yeah, it's already in there.
okay.
Okay, thank you.
And then, so is there a number you're trying to get us to get to?
This is the first pass.
Okay, I mean,
You saw the numbers.
yeah, I see the numbers. The one thing is on a totally separate note, in our revolving fund, we voted to approve it on our last Parks and Rec meeting, is due to the condition of all of the fields, we need infield mix brought in. We voted to approve $6,250 for infield mix. WAC is going to donate the additional $1,500 and supply all the labor to put the top dressing on all of the fields. So we're asking you guys to approve using the Parks and Recs revolving account to pay for the $6,250. And there's like just over 60 in the account currently.
60,000?
60,000, yeah.
Obviously, this board needs to move, is the agent.
And that's kind of why the account was created, was to do bigger maintenance things that obviously we can't get into our budget lines.
Who did you get the material from?
Who are we getting it from, Vinny?
I sent two more companies, but they were all more expensive.
Cruiser? No, was it Foster?
It was Acres Edge, and they're based out of Pelham.
All right. Move to approve 6750 to come from the
62.
6250. What was the account name again?
The Parks and Rec revolving account.
That one. To go to, the name of it again? Acres
Acres Edge.
Out of Pelham for the purpose of infield sand mix. Soil mix.
Second,
Definitely using that kind of.
discussion on it?
That was the cheapest of the
Oh,
three.
okay. All right. I
Yeah,
just don't want them to be-
the other
No
two
discussion, all in favor?
were
Yes,
yes.
5-0?
And 135.
You okay, Benson?
Dave, just a question. Could you put together, and this is just for me, this is, I haven't asked the board to ask anything.
Yep.
About potentially closing, gates locked
Yep.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays for the season.
Okay.
And see what that would look like in payroll. If possible. If it's too much to do, don't worry about it.
But
but-
basically, it's kind of, based off of the average that I had, which was,
You may want to come up to the microphone so we can
Yeah.
hear, please.
if we did the reduction in hours
Yep.
from, so basically,
11 to 10.
11 to 10 hours a day, it's basically 20 hours of payroll, and I had it at 9 weeks. So basically it was 63 hours on the 9 weeks is where we got it. So 9 weeks at 20 is 180.
Right.
180 hours more
Times that.
times the 1377, which is with the average we had last year for payroll.
Yeah, I mean, again, that keeps it open for the, for the people that take long weekends type thing.
Yep.
And if they want to come on the Sunday, Monday type thing, but it closes that Tuesday, Wednesday down, especially where it looks like in that email, you guys pulled out the water safety clinics,
Yeah.
so.
We took out the transcribe, I have the list, we took out the transcriber, the advertising, the printing, the rubbish, we went from 5,000 to 1,000, that's 4 there.
Yep.
We took park repairs out $2,000.
Right.
Park supplies, got rid of the $100. Photocopies, postage, which was 30 and 25. The recreation account, we took out $4,000. We got rid of the water safety and the senior citizens.
Right.
The 1,400. We did leave 1,000 in the rec accounts, so we can kind of try to still do something for
Understood.
the seniors and for the town. Usually we do the big thing we're kind of trying to do is the pumpkin festival.
Yep.
Partnering in with the schools on that.
Understood. Yeah. Okay, thanks, sir, appreciate it.
I got these in numbers if you want me to make copies of it.
We got the copy of Matt's.
Yeah.
3:48 this afternoon when I received this.
Can you forward it along, Naomi?
I shall do that. This is nothing nefarious on my part.
No, I'm not saying it
3:48, I got it. 5 minutes before I left, 5 minutes of 5, I said, let me go check in my last minute on my emails. Sure enough, there's one there, so I printed one out and ran out the door. That's as nefarious as it gets. I shall forward that to Naomi. Thank you.
Already did, already did.
Chief, do you have anything regarding numbers? I took the assumption of what you put in the budget for your life and safety, protective clothing, your tasers, something like that.
So tasers, we can actually get rid of because
Good.
as I was talking to the taser rep, we can structure the contract in a different way. If it passes next year's budget, we're good. So we don't need that in this year, so you can get rid of that 11.
Well, we may not have it next year.
No, I get that. Unless it goes in the budget, we're screwed on tasers. Anyway, you'd have to come up with 11 every year.
I'm just saying, the reason I did this because our history showed that it's not with us for passing budgets.
Yep,
So just like we delayed tires this year
yep.
for a lot of the vehicles, hurt us this year.
The difference is you can no longer buy just components. You have to do everything on a 5-year contract, so that's what changed with taser.
I understand.
Yep.
But I'm saying, so you wouldn't want to buy, if we could this year,
We couldn't. We could, it essentially would buy one taser.
for the money I
The
get
way,
in there?
yeah, it's the way they structure it.
Oh, you mean the way the purchases?
Yes, because now everything's on a 5-year contract. Before, like all our current inventory, we buy everything piecemeal. As we need a taser, we buy an individual taser. They have it all as a package deal where it includes your cartridges, your training, your taser, everything that has to do with the taser
So,
is included in the contract.
so if you called up and said, I need 3 tasers for $11,250, they would not give you they would not sell you 3?
They'd sell me 2 and a training package.
Why is that?
That's how it's structured now.
So in other words, you
So
can't buy 3.
it wouldn't buy 3.
Well, you're,
But then the problem, if I'm understanding what you're saying, is because of the way they're doing the contracts, they're not even gonna count that we have those two when we do the contract for the,
Yep, that's just what we ran into with body worn camera, because I had an existing inventory, but because I got my warrant article passed, we just started a new 5-year contract, and even though I have life cycle left, a couple years on several of the body worn cameras, we're getting 13 brand new body worn cameras. So the same thing would happen with tasers. Until it actually goes in the budget, it doesn't make sense for us to do it, because we're essentially actually gonna lose money, if
Right.
that makes sense.
So if we bought those two plus a package this year, if it goes in the budget next year, we just paid 11 grand for 1 year, 2 tasers.
Right, for 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, it'd be great to have extras, but yeah, taser Axon's a little weird.
Apparently.
So you
Yeah.
can't get parts anymore?
So we just bought enough cartridges for our current inventory of tasers to last us till 2030, theoretically.
So we're good.
With a credit, we actually had a credit, so it didn't even cost us
We're
anything.
pretty there for now.
Yes, we're good
Assuming
for
your
now.
tasers work, not just a...
Currently, if anything went down, we don't have anything to replace it.
Okay,
But it
so-
is what it is. We just pool what we have and use them until we don't have them anymore.
So you're asking us to strike the 11,000?
Yes, you can.
Okay, good, done.
I don't know if we talked hiring freeze yet. That's my big one.
We,
We'll be in discussion.
we'll be in discussion with you on that because
Okay,
these
so
are
wait for that for
personnel
later.
issues. Yeah.
Okay.
How about the ballistic equipment? Same problem?
That's not bad. That is piecemeal, and we're way behind on ballistic equipment. All of our helmets are expired. I think we're down to two ballistic shields that are actually good. We're supposed to have 5. I'm going to be over budget. I had to have a minimum of 2 this year, and of course, I've only got in the budget for 1 ballistic vest. Both Corporal Muse and Captain Hebert needed a vest, and if we hire for our vacancy, he's going to need a vest, which we don't have funding for.
Well, the 12,240 we have in here, that would buy how many?
That would get me 1 shield, 3 helmets, and 3 vests. So it would get me back on track anyway. It would be definitely a step in the right direction.
Okay. I only picked what you had in the budget, I thought, from a life and safety perspective and liability of sending you guys in without
Sure.
having equipment that's up to date. Is there anything else in
So-
the risk that you should, additional consideration?
Not necessarily in the budget. One thing we could do is we get some VIN verifications annually where we actually go to the residents to verify VIN. Technically, people can take it to a mechanic and get that done. We don't have to do that. We can suspend that. Or they can bring their trailer to the station and we can, just to reduce mileage on the vehicles, because we're going to see a big problem with these vehicles
Offering
down.
the service, just bring it to the station.
Yep.
That's the
I
reduction.
think it's all right.
So that's for trailers only?
Yes. Anything that needs a VIN verification. It's where somebody's
That's
built a
just
trailer.
Vehicles, trailers, it's
Yeah.
all of them.
And vehicles too?
Yeah.
Another one's Patriotic Festival. Obviously, that's a committee and it's not organized by the town itself, but the parade, we spend about a little over $3,000 in overtime for the parade on police. If we cancel the parade, that's $3,000 right there. And the festival overtime, that's probably in the $2,500 range. So if we don't provide 2 officers during the festival, we started doing that a couple years ago when there was a report of a fight down there where a gun was alleged to be shown. There was a fight, there was no gun involved. But when that happened, me being down there in my cage for the past couple of years, it's a very young event. I do think the patrons who visit the festival, it's gone away from families and teenagers to more 8, 10, 12-year-olds, where it's,
children.
yeah, it's more of a kids' festival now.
So, I mean, we're still gonna do the festival. Question
Sure.
is, who pays for it?
Right now, it comes out of my overtime budget
I
for
see.
the parade and the overtime.
So that's,
So if we want to
500?
cancel,
But the feel I was just getting from you said you don't really feel we need the 2 officers there in the field.
we can monitor the crowd and have somebody on standby to come in if we need them. But I didn't say, I'm not doing the cage this year, just because that does take resources also, so. Short budget's a short budget.
So, I mean, that right there is 2,500, you said roughly?
Yeah, if we don't do the overtime, that's about 2,500.
So there's, for the festival right there.
we'll take that up in consideration later. Anything else, Chief?
I do have some fees we could add,
Would you say the parade cost roughly?
about $3,000, a little over $3,000. Because it's everybody comes in for that one.
What are your fees? You consider, well, Naomi's gonna do a sweep through.
Right, but the fees, even if you increase your fees, you can't spend it, you only have certain.
Correct, it just
Yeah,
offsets.
so that's really, yeah.
We can work together on that.
Okay, sure. And that's it until we get to the
Goes to the
hiring
general
freeze.
fund,
I do
right?
have a
It goes
proposal.
in the general fund, but it's not added to what you can spend, yes.
Well, if it's added to the general fund, then we can,
What's that?
he doesn't get it back in his budget.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
The
which one's
number
a
you're
good
working with is the number you have. If
Okay.
we increase fees, it just offsets
It's
that.
right.
anticipated at that point.
Good.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, chief. Fire chief, EMS chief, C1. Well,
Found a way to save $60,000.
that's a start.
Yes.
So, I have a little bit to, that we could cut that we had talked about before. The mobile radios that was, that we were just talking about, that's with ARPA money, and I don't think you could use ARPA money to reduce your things anyway, so that really,
Sales.
that really, and I don't even know if we're gonna get that, and I don't even know if the $12,000 honestly is gonna cover that, cause 10%, and it would probably end up being a little bit more than that, you know, to do the radio grant, so. Protective clothing, I mean, I have a new member that just started, and you don't have any protective clothing for him. So if you want to take $5,000 out, I could buy one set of protective clothing for him.
Well, we've got $5,000 protective clothing we're recommending putting back in.
Putting back in, okay.
Would that suffice?
That would definitely help.
Would
Yeah.
that buy the one person's worth of equipment?
Most of it. I mean, I just spent, what, $668 on a pair of boots. So, just for the boots, never mind the pants and the...
At Bigfoot or something?
No,
Nope, size 11.
Wow.
yeah.
So, yeah,
That would
it's,
bring your budget up to 15,000 for protective.
yeah, and that would be,
Three sets?
and that would be fine, because I already have one set going out, and if I hire someone new comes on, that's another set out the door. So, that leaves me one set, or to buy gloves and hoods and extrication gloves and all the other stuff that people go through during the course of the year.
You just
So-
said, two people left.
What's that?
I said, you just had two people that left that weren't with you that long. What happens to their protective clothing?
Well, their protective clothing was used clothing, and which we tried to fit people in, but if you have someone the size of, and I'm gonna pick on James, and he gets on the force, and he gets on the call department, and the only gear that's there is me
Mine,
and
right.
my size, you can't just like bring it down to the tailor and tailor it up. You have to buy that person gear that fits them, to protect them, and vice versa, you know, the person we hired is the size of me, and we have pants that are 58 waist and like 28 leg length or something like that, and I mean, they're like knickerbockers on the guy. So I can't, I put members on, but we have to provide them with some protective clothing.
So just again, how much does your current budget have protective clothing?
Right now, he has $10,000.
$10,000 in it.
So this will give you 15, is that adequate enough?
That is adequate enough. Yep.
Okay.
So we're saying the radios are out though? Because of the funding method, it's out.
The 12,000 is out. I don't know, if the town is gonna lose the $12,000, because it has to be spent by December. I imagine we could buy 2 portables or something like that with that, but that's that's not even a drop in the bucket compared to what I need to have for radios, so.
So just so I got it straight,
Actually, the math was, he was gonna find funding through the grant, and we have some ARPA money left over for radios.
Correct.
So we need an additional 12,000. The
That's the
grant and the
math?
ARPA, and then, because you
Oh,
said,
the additional,
because
okay.
this was 18, you said we needed 30.
Yep.
So,
I'm predicting around $30,000 is what I need and that would provide about almost $300,000 worth of radio equipment.
okay, so, just so I got it. The ARPA money, how much is that available?
18,
So you're shy by what?
12.
So we can't remove it.
And how much are we getting for a benefit of buying this? We get grants with this too?
Well, this is the Fire Act grant.
So we'd lose money, purchasing power, if we didn't buy this.
Well, I don't have money, I put money in my budget to buy a couple radios a year. That budget naturally failed,
I
and,
understand.
yeah, so,
You're saying to take advantage of spending the ARPA and your grant, you need another $12,000?
correct.
for $300,000 worth of radios.
For $300,000 worth of radios, the town is gonna spend $30,000.
So I'm gonna put radios down here for our consideration, and 12,000 additional for 300K.
And I could tell you that if, that grant hasn't even opened up yet. I don't know when it's gonna open up yet, because the government was shut down and everything else like that, so that really got postponed and pushed back and pushed back. So I don't know. It's not 100% thing that we would even get it. So, I mean, it's a maybe, it's a total maybe. So,
But when does it go away at the end of the year? Is it only for this year?
18,
it will,
18,000 will go away.
the 18,000, what the town has left in the ARPA money will go away. You have to have that spent by the end of the year. Yes.
But if we don't have that grant match,
But,
we're shipped.
yeah, I mean, if you don't have the grant match, then I don't need the $12,000, and the $18,000 goes either back to the government, or I could buy a couple portables, or
That's what I'm saying.
some other agency needs the money for something.
You could spend the 18,000, but.
Correct, yes. Yep.
Okay.
But the 12,000's a maybe.
But the 12,000's a maybe, and that's just a guess, because I can't guarantee that we would get I think we have a pretty decent chance of getting it. I've looked at other towns around who have received grants through the government, and their radios were like 15 years old, and they had their radios completely replaced. We just had our radios reprogrammed, and Ossipee Mountain, those radios are approaching, they're almost 30 years old, and there's been 3 deleted models that don't even have parts for them after ours. So, like, if something happens with our radios, or a radio, a mobile radio now is around $8,500 for a radio
So mobile means vehicle.
in the vehicle. Yep.
Correct.
We had just gotten those when I got on the department 23 years ago. They just showed up.
Yeah.
But the technology has been around about.
Yep, the radios are dated, they have a date code of 1996 on the radios. So that's how old they are, and instead of, again, I'm not faulting anyone else, any previous chief, but as stuff got replaced, we just pulled the radios out of one vehicle and just put them into the next vehicle. And that kind of came back to bite you. You had to just keep putting new radios and stuff, or you're gonna be behind the 8 ball like we are now, so. If by some chance that we did get the grant and we still had the protective clothing money in, I'd be willing to dump the $5,000 to help lessen for the I'd rather get the radios and maybe keep someone out of a couple of months out of gear, and then start January, buy them a set of gear, or something like that, if that would help.
So, what does it cost to fully equip a person?
5, 6, I would say now, probably pretty close to $7,000.
Okay. That's with the $683 boots.
That's what yeah. Yep. No matter what size. Size 8 or size 15, same price.
Well, the smaller boots are subsidizing the larger boots.
Yep.
Okay?
Is everybody issued their own portable, or are they shared between shifts?
Every full-time member is issued, the full-time members have the new portables, which we got from the ARPA money last year, the year before. So we have eight portables that for the full-time people, and the remaining radios that we have left, the 30-year-old portables, those are issued to the call department members, and those radios are also going to be placed into, because we just got them reprogrammed, they're going to be placed in, a couple of them in each of the vehicles. So if you arrive on scene, you don't have a radio, you could go in the truck and pull out a radio and actually have a radio to work with. But even now, for instance, the 30-year-old portables, what was the battery cost you found? Was
$70.
70. So batteries don't last 30 years. So I have portables that are 30 years old. I got to buy a $70 battery a piece to make those work.
They actually work special with the
And
charger.
yeah, there's an impress charger for them. So, but it's just, I'm going to use my analogy, step over the 100 to pick up the dime. But I realized, and when we didn't get the radios before, I was might remember this, the number was a lot lower when we had the ARPA money, and I was looking, but that was just to replace the vehicle radios, mobile radios, and to give the full-time people each a portable. This would replace all of our radios, so we're getting rid of all our 30-year-old radios, and it would be having new portables put in the trucks. And for the call department, which we have, a half a dozen people on it, it would give them a new portable also. So, and I can't say for sure that it's around that 300, but looking at the past quote that I got when we were doing the ARPA thing, and I requested all for the radios, that part of it hasn't really changed. So I just added, and then portables actually went up, and they're about $7,000, $7,200 a portable. So, and there's 30 some odd portables. So it chews up quite a bit of money fast.
Will this be a plug-in play, or you have to modify the truck?
No, this is the price included the installation. Like when I did originally for the ARPA, they included running all the new cables they needed to run, the antennas and stuff like that, tuning stuff, all the install stuff, that was all there. And the programming, as far as the portables, you pay for one, the first initial one, I think it's like $200, and then after that, it's just a matter of them plugging in the portable and flashing it onto the portable. So it's not like you pay $200 per portable or per radio to get done. So, and again, this is just a kind of like a Hail Mary thing. The grant's not out yet, but when it does come out, I would like to be able to apply for it, because yeah, $30,000, but you're getting $300,000 worth of equipment that I'm never, by the way the budget's been going, I would be 150 years old by the time the stuff got replaced. And believe me, the police department goes out, they have their weapon, right? That's their safety, is their weapon. Our safety is having a radio, so something happens to us inside a building and we have to radio out. That's someone's lifeline. I certainly don't
I trust because Motorola's good stuff, but it's 30 years old also. And I don't know. I want the best that I could possibly have for the people working for me. They deserve that because they're putting when they go in there, when they go in a building, they're putting their life on the line, or anywhere. So that's our weapon is the radio and our fire truck, which is still moving along.
Any other questions for the chief? Thank you, chief.
Regarding the truck, I do have a question. Regarding the truck, does that include a radio?
Yes,
Anyone?
yes.
So that
Yep.
does, so
Yep,
now it's part of the spec.
that does include a radio.
When that
If-
comes in, we're not gonna have to try to find a radio.
Correct. If we don't get the grant, if you guys let me and I put in for the grant, I'm gonna put in for that radio and it's gonna sit on the floor until the truck comes and then I could send it out. So we don't have to, that's more money in the budget for us because the cost of everything has skyrocketed as far as hose, materials, equipment, everything else like that to put on the thing. So any money we can save, and if we could get this through a grant process and have a radio, then I'm definitely going to do that, as well as a couple portables for the back of that truck too. So
Chief, before you step down, there's also a hiring Group 2 fire captain.
Yep.
Is that off the table, or?
I would like to keep that on because we were going on probably 2 months now. Has it been 2 months? More than that.
Oh, January 12th.
Yeah, January 12th, Lieutenant Charest left the department, and the ad has been out, and I have had one person call from upstate Maine with just a little bit of interest, and I don't even know if they have CPAT or not, but no one's knocking down the door, and every shift that goes by that we have to fill overtime, it costs me over and above, so Lieutenant Charest's normal pay that we were paying her anyways, it's costing over and above like $613 per 24-hour shift. So every 24-hour shift that goes by, I'm throwing $613 to the wind. So I'm throwing out a fish hook. I'm just trying to catch someone, so either hire another lieutenant or hire a captain, so it gets in a higher pay grade, and maybe that would attract somebody. Because we're not doing anything the way we're doing it now, so we gotta start shifting gears and start thinking of some other way.
That's a maybe then, if you have a candidate.
Yeah, that is a maybe, because I don't even know that. I mean, I don't have that crystal ball to see that. Or it could end up being a lieutenant and be cheaper than that, you know?
So this 17,000, I mean, does this include what you're gonna save in overtime, or?
The 17,000 is over and above what we would be paying for what Lieutenant Charest was making as a lieutenant. So this would be a captain's position.
Is that for
Again.
9 months? Is that for 9 months?
Yes. Yep. So,
But it will save your overtime budget.
yeah, yes, yep. By, it's saving my overtime budget, hiring a captain, $53,969. That's what it's saving in
So we spend
overtime.
53,000 overtime, we spend 17,000 higher somewhere.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and here's my thing, to step over the 100 to pick up the dime. But again, this is unknown. It's all crystal ball. I don't know. I'm trying to fill that position because, again, every day that it goes by, I'm losing $613 and so cents out of my budget in overtime, which is
But how many 24-hour periods are there in a month?
Twice a week.
Is it 8?
8.
Yeah. So $2,500 a
$4,500
month?
a month.
Yeah, I mean, it's a considerable amount of money.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't take too many months, and she's been gone since January. or just let's say February, the beginning of February.
Yeah.
She was gone middle of
Already spent
January.
$5,000.
Easy $5,000 in overtime.
Thank you, chief.
Thank you.
That's it. Thanks.
Jason?
Evening.
Greetings.
I think we had talked about last week, household hazardous waste day, cutting that out of the transfer station. That's $7,500. The highway budget, there's not a lot to cut out of that, honestly. Guardrails, we can just take that right out of road maintenance and reconstruction,
How much is that roughly?
$15,000.
$1,000, so that's,
That's already been,
oh, it's already
Oh,
taken.
I'm sorry.
already
Okay.
stole it.
Never mind.
Okay,
Have it
so much
anyways.
for that.
Okay.
Is there a place, if you kept out the household hazardous waste day, is there a place people could take this stuff to, if they gotta pay to get rid of it, like, does Naughton take it?
Clean, I don't think Naughton takes it, but like Clean Harbors, they'll take it.
Do they have like a storefront you can walk up to and,
I'm not sure on that. I'd have to look into it.
I think that's what you're talking
Yeah,
about,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And if we say we're gonna cut this, it would be nice to have the option, if you have hazardous waste, you can get it over to here, but it's gonna cost you.
Go over here, X, Y,
Yeah.
address.
Yeah, I'll tell you, every year that line goes over, so even if you wanted to do it, we'd set up for a couple hours and we'd have to shut it off and still have angry people,
Yeah.
so.
But on the website, you put that right up on the website, you know, as an option.
Go to this location.
Yep,
That's what I was.
All right. So you're okay with pulling that?
yep.
Jason, we had, we discussed 3 extra storms between now, what the budget has to the 31st of December, and you said 100% for 3 more. Is 3 realistic, based on your crystal ball?
It's realistic. It could be more, could be none. Seems like the last couple of years we've had storm on Thanksgiving twice. Since '22, I think we've had a storm either on Christmas or Christmas Eve or the day after Christmas. So there's at least 2 right there, and
We've had storms in October.
looks like we're doing okay for this season, but
Yeah, that was that year. What's your usual tonnage per storm of salt?
so the way that extra salt there in that line was to fill the shed up.
Yep.
So that's,
Okay, this is to fill the shed, not actual storms.
yeah, so that's to fill the shed. And we would get much more than 3 storms out of that shed full, because,
Okay.
you know, you got, for anybody who doesn't know, we have 2 sides to the barn down there. So you have one side that's straight salt, one side that's 1-to-1 mix, sand salt. So we typically run sand salt mix on all our tar roads. There's occasions where we do run straight salt, but so that one side of the shed will make 2 sides of the mix bay. So it's enough to get us through, but again, we don't know what's gonna happen, whether or not,
Salt's gonna go through the roof or
yeah,
not be available.
yeah, or we had a
Is there
shortage. we had a
potential that you'd
shortage.
reduce how often you go out? Say there's a 1-inch storm, which normally you would go and salt, would you just like not do that? How does that change the calculation of when you actually
So
out treating the road?
typically on a regular storm, won't say if it's 1 inch, because you can burn off 1 to 2 inches of snow pretty quick with straight salt. If you got 2 to 3 inch snowstorm, you're going out at the initial kind of first flakes are falling. You're scraping off what you got there, laying some treatment down. And then when it's done, you're going back out, scraping the rest of it off and laying more treatment down. So that's 2 to 3 inches. If you get a 1-foot snowstorm, we're still going out at the beginning, scraping, laying treatment down, and then in the middle, as we're going around, we're just scraping off, we're not treating, and then at the end, we're treating. So It
It
really,
doesn't really change how much material you use, it just
it
changes.
doesn't, depends on the number of storms, yeah.
So it's a
Yes.
fuel calculation, not a salt calculation.
Could be, there's a lot of factors, so.
Yeah.
We've talked about it at the town office here. You know, if it's gonna snow a foot in a week, just give it to us once instead of, we got 2
Right.
inches on Monday, 2
Yeah,
inches
no,
on
right.
Wednesday, 2 inches on Saturday, you know? Overtime plays into a big factor there. I know we're already kind of over on that. And we haven't even, we're not even off call right now, but, so. That salt will fill our shed. Anything that we have this year will be safe.
Overtime's still the factor.
Overtime's still a factor, yeah.
Because each storm, based on this, is 22.4.
Yeah, so you also have sand. We haven't bought sand. We rented a screener last year. We're trying to get our screener that's been down for a few years up and running, because that salt line is salt and sand. So there's still other money that comes out of that besides just salt. So we're trying to, we fixing our screener up just a little bit in-house, saving a little bit of money on that. So that's still in the works to try to save on, like $12,000 of cost of fuel and renting a machine, a couple machines. So I think there's not many places that we can cut at the highway, realistically.
Fuel. Everybody was running around, rubbing their hands, thinking that we had a bunch of fuel savings this year. Well, we did up till stuff happened in the Middle
Till the
East.
first of the month.
Yes. And now it looks like we're almost short-term where we were for the budget of $6 diesel and whatever we had for gasoline in the 2023 budget.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so we actually pinned it for this budgetary, instead of 310, 340 for gas, which right now is awfully cheap, and 530 for diesel, and some places, you get over that.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not the worst case. This is, based on today's data, slightly optimistic. So, I'm not suggesting we change these numbers up, but it's one of those things where
Plausible number.
our risk has risk in it. Because, I mean, maybe cooler heads prevail and everything's back to shipping again, but there's a hysteresis for, prices go up very quickly and come down very slowly.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, right now, I think, as good as we can see, we keep the fuel the way it is.
Yep.
And we spoke about your vehicle repairs. You've got 100 baked into the forecast budget. And last year you did like 170 something, 178. And I asked you what percentage of 50,000, you said 100%, which means you'll be doing 25,000 in the last year. So at some point, we'll have to park a vehicle because you have another one coming in next year in first quarter, roughly.
After plow season.
It'll be
Yeah.
after plow season.
Right.
Yeah.
Good timing.
So, I mean,
Well, there's a potential that we could not.
I
It's
guess
up to you guys.
You look at the proposals,
no.
a couple of them were ready in 90 days.
Turnkey,
Well, chassis are.
That's turnkey from Fairfield, but
Perfect.
we'll
Everything?
get to that.
Oh,
We'll
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Let's got more lines down.
Do we have an email on that?
so we have,
That's why I didn't get it.
I started at 3:30.
Yeah, I saw it at 4 o'clock. Tonight, when I was going through the manifests, I see that we're paying a vendor like $300-400 to do PMs on our trailers. Is that something that we can bring back in the house? I don't really understand.
Yeah, so we were having some issues with trailers not being ready to go for the hauler. we kind of had some discussions amongst ourselves here and came up with a plan. I guess now that our budget isn't passed, it's probably something we should look at.
And when do they do that? Once a month?
We're doing, yeah, each trailer once a month, just
Okay.
kind of checking them out, keeping them up
Are
to.
they making repairs too, or are they just doing?
So they're doing PMs, grease, and then any major repairs or anything like that, they're letting us know, and then we're taking care of. Even lights, we're taking care of. We just had a demo trailer in earlier this week, did some lights,
Gear feet?
yeah, landing gear, yep. And then I think there's some hydraulic hoses or something that were getting chafed up pretty bad. It's certainly something that we can, moving forward,
Bring back in the house?
bring back in-house.
I mean, that's $1,200 a month,
It is, yep.
at least for 3 trailers.
Yep.
Is it 3 or is it 4?
It's 3. The paper trailer doesn't run
All right, so it's 3
3 to
trailers.
4 times a year,
$1,200 a
so.
month, that's
Yep.
20 grand a year. Well, not 20 grand a year, excuse me, 15. So,
I have an unfair question, but I'm going to ask it anyways. Is there anything else that we need to hedge in the risk column that we haven't considered already? That would be a big ticket item that we would have to accommodate?
I don't think so.
Okay, thank you.
so are we fair to say that we're gonna pull that PM program from Sizemore? At 15,000 a year?
You have the bandwidth to do that?
We'll make it happen.
Is that overtime?
No.
Okay, so you'll be able to do it within your mechanics? Okay. Sounds like a yes, don't it?
Okay, to me it did, yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense, good catch. Do
Hazardous
you have
waste day
anything
too?
else as a
What's that?
risk item?
Hazardous waste day too?
Axed, I thought.
Okay.
Hazardous waste day axed, correct?
Okay, good enough.
Is this appropriate while it's here to ask, there's maybe a suggestion of going a route less?
Oh.
You made a very good comment the other day.
Oh, boy.
No, about non-inspections or no inspections.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Chiefs boys are gonna be busy for sure next plow season with no inspection stickers.
Picking out the ditch.
I can see there's gonna be a lot of people with pretty bald tires running the next winter, and dispatch is gonna be calling saying, hey, there's cars off the road, and it's gonna be a half inch of snow, and it's gonna be a problem. I can see that. I've talked to a few of the sergeants down there and officers, and they come to the same conclusion, they had the same understanding that, yeah, we're gonna make sure that we're gonna be reasonable if we call you, but, if we're having issues, we're gonna have to get DPW out, but, we can all foresee that being a big problem.
Oh, absolutely, 110%.
So if we get requested to come out, I don't make a habit of not coming out when we're requested, but, it's just another,
More overtime, more.
yeah, and if it's just a half inch of snow or something and it's gonna be 40 degrees in a couple hours, that's a 3-hour call-in, that's all that material, fuel,
Just to rain off or
yep,
not be needed in an hour.
so. It goes in with the kinda, can we not go out so many times, but, I take a lot of pride in how our roads look compared to some other towns around us, and we do a really good job, and I'd hate to just let that go,
As you should.
Thank you, Jason. Either you two chiefs have anything that we missed as far as a big risk for this year that would cost us an inordinate amount of money? Thank you.
So where do you go from here?
Well, I think, what do you got for a
I had one other thing. I'm just kind of doing the math that you guys kind of asked me.
Come up to the.
Sorry. I was kind of doing the math that you guys were asking for, and more or less, what I would suggest is maybe looking at just giving us a budget and total number of hours. and saying, you've got X number of hours. In 2025, we did 2,932 hours. 2024, we did 2,777. And in '23, we were actually almost up to 3,600 hours.
And cutting the 1 hour a day was,
Cuts you out basically 63 hours. But if you were just to say, this is the total number of hours you've got to work with for the season, and then let Kristen do the voodoo that she does, and say, hey, we'll keep you under overall budget. And, by doing it 2,400 hours, you're at basically 33 grand based off of current payroll, based off of last year's payroll. At 25.
save.
What? No, basically be, this year we spent 40,000.
Okay, all right, so
So
30,000
with
spent.
2,400 hours, you're at 33 grand. At 2,500 hours, you're at 34,400. So I would more just say, that way we keep the park
Yeah.
open, because these guys are overworked already, and if you're closed 2 days a week, you're gonna have people parking on that road, walking in, and the park is just gonna get trashed, and they're gonna spend all day on Wednesday cleaning up the mess or all day on Thursday cleaning up the mess from being closed for 2 days.
What do you think about 2,400?
2,400, 2,500, 2,500, you're kind of right at where, you're basically now down at like 2.5 people. And so there's certain times where,
If your budget wasn't touched at all, how many hours do you have?
29-ish?
29-ish, 2,900 hours.
Okay.
Based off of last year's payroll at 40, we were at 29. If we were get back to 2,700 where we were in 24, you're at 37 and almost, just call it 38, or $50. I'm not gonna argue with you, $50, 38 grand. So trying to cut down on the overall total hours instead of trying to close days would be a better thing. Closing an hour, yeah, and let us at Park try to
Yeah.
adjust it.
And I
To
just
say,
want to make sure I understand, that 2,900 is
how many hours?
or is that
Payroll.
hours that you're open?
Payroll hour, we spent 2,932 payroll hours
Payroll hours, okay.
at an average of $13.77 an hour.
Okay.
I guess my caveat to the suggestion of 24 would not necessarily be burden your wife with a lot of that. You know what I mean? That's not my intention.
Right.
Because that's not what I want to see is her
I
up
just
there
feel-
alone,
Yep.
doing it to try and compensate for the 2,400. So I
Right.
don't want that
I
to
mean,
be.
25 would be better, because that gives you a little bit more leeway.
Why don't we do this? Let's pick a number,
Okay.
have you come back and tell us what it looks like.
Okay.
Because
Yep.
if you get it 3 hours a day, that ain't gonna make any sense. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because you can't get people to come in for 3 hours.
Right.
So
Yep.
it's gonna have to be looking at,
Well, most of them we have are teenagers,
correct,
.
but they wanna have a decent job.
Right,
not
and
just-
some of the new people that we hire, they're under the understanding that, they're gonna get 8 to 10 hours a week, so they're gonna get, a 3 or 4 hour shift, and
That's it.
that's it. So, we're not worried, is not much about a total number of hours, and now if you cut down an hour, now we're only open 10 hours, so you start getting into coverage and layering people in. And I can,
Why don't you tell us for 2,400 hours,
okay?
what your schedule per day looks like each day of the week if it's different,
Okay,
and how long it'll be open.
okay.
I think that's the way to back into.
Yeah, I mean, would be the way to try to keep it open as much as possible, but at the same point, also, we get a whole bunch of rain this summer, then we're in good shape.
So do we want them to work up at 24 and a 25?
No, just 24.
Do 24.
24.
And we'll see how either goofy it looks or good it looks.
Right, that's basically saving $7 grand, because if you close the 2 days, it's basically.
On top of the 16?
No, basically the closed 2 days a week, you're at 630 hours for the season that you're closing down the park.
Just so I get it straight. On this memo, and what you said,
Well, that was everything was based off this, the 2,900 also last year was based off of 11 hours a day.
how many hours were baked into this 16 number?
Baked into that was 3.5 times,
Is it 24?
it's 1 hour a day, 1 hour a day times 3.5 people. It's 63 hours a week is being taken out.
So what I'm trying to say is,
Hang on. It's 567 hours already by closing an hour early.
well, okay, so what is, so basically you're almost at 2,400.
Yeah,
So you almost got it.
yeah,
So
yeah. The 2,400,
we're there.
we can get there.
That doesn't change this,
I mean,
this doesn't change this.
effectively, no, because that was,
So the $2,400 doesn't change what Matt had put down
No.
for the number.
Basically, it's gonna get, that's where we're gonna end up is at basically 2,400 hours.
okay.
And if we say, hey, that's the number, that's the total, and then we have a total number for her to work off of and saying, hey, this is the total number of hours you've got for the season, she can make sure that she works with that. She's been doing a great job of working with Beth to make sure that we're staying within the allotted number of overall hours we have.
Yeah. See what you can do.
Okay?
Thank you. Anything else on this budget issue we're dealing with? If not,
So
oh, you want to do a recap?
No, I don't want to do a recap, I'm just asking you, where you want one overlook for next, I mean, I threw together 2 proposals, one for May, one for June, you're gonna kick that for the week.
What's that now? See?
I threw together 2 proposals about the 4 10-hour day,
I'm good
May
with 410,
1st, and then town hall. March
Considering the
2nd,
staff we've got.
and I'm good with that too.
That's not quantitative, but we still.
But there's gonna be obvious savings in the end.
There'll be savings in the end, but we need to provide everybody as much notice as possible.
Yeah.
Well,
So that's
when
all
you
I'm-
planning on doing this? The end of,
No, I said the 4 10-hour workday would be May 1st,
okay, so,
and then the stopping of the town hall would be June 1st, because the last party is May something.
well, nobody else is queued up for it, right?
No, but I don't want someone to come in tomorrow
Right.
and ask for some days, so.
What was the town clerk's proposal? Well, she was still gonna be open on Fridays, right?
She's open late on Wednesdays usually.
No.
Yeah, but for Fridays.
Oh,
Well, I spoke to her, and she was okay with the new schedule, but I know.
Okay, so she's been looped into this
She-
idea?
Right, she's.
I understand,
been looped in
but-
it. So
but the
she
clerk
sent
sets her
you
own
guys-
hours,
yeah,
so-
She sent you guys a list, but he works for the town office, so he would be mine. I know she sets her own hours, but the deputy is my responsibility.
Right.
Okay.
So-
I'm talking
That's
about the
what-
whole building.
Right.
If every other office is closed on
Shut it
Friday.
down.
Right, and we run into with different hours over there is you can't have one person in the building by themselves.
right.
So
That's where I'm
if
kinda
somebody
going
was
with
sick,
this, is,
like Friday, there was just her, Mary Ann,
I believe the clerk is getting on the same schedule
Yes.
as what you're
the
proposing.
entire
I'm okay with
building.
So the
she
entire
sent
building
out
would be
the-
closed
yeah,
on
She sent
Friday.
out the menu, she sent out the memo,
right,
and then I individually went down and asked her about this schedule, because I wouldn't have come forward if I didn't have buy-in from everybody.
all right.
And so if that's what we want to do, she wants to be
Okay.
able to send it out in the letters that she'll print and send it out.
If the clerk's on board with being the whole building closed on Fridays, I can get behind
I can get
Monday.
behind it 100%.
I can get
Okay.
behind Monday through Thursday.
So let's try this. Both town office and 4 days at the town. We good with
So
that?
you're gonna go 4/10s, starting May 1st, Monday through Thursday,
Yes.
and then you're gonna close the town hall
Oh,
starting
yes.
June 1st.
You gotta
Need a
tell
motion
us
for this?
I would
What-
like a motion.
what
Yeah,
the,
I'm-
wait a minute, you gotta tell us what the estimated savings is at some
I don't know
point.
that I can quantitatively tell you from the lights and the.
But with the lights and the heat being down for 3 days, solid.
That's what I said going into it.
Doors
I
not
don't know.
opening.
I'm just saying, could you give us an idea what that would be later?
Maybe we could
Yeah, we
Oh,
can do
so-
usage.
Yeah.
Okay.
The payroll probably didn't come up with, right?
The what?
The payroll savings.
Payroll's not gonna-
Payroll's the
Payroll's not gonna
same,
change.
Payroll's not gonna change.
identical.
Yeah, it's gonna be the
They're
same.
working
These are all
4/10s
working
instead of
40 hours.
5/8.
Right.
Processing will be fine.
You want a motion?
I would like a motion, yes.
I move that we do a 4-day town office, 10 days, 10 hours a day, starting May 1st for both the town side and the town clerk, and also starting July 1st, is it?
June,
June 1st at the town hall. I have that shut down for the duration of the year. Do I have a second?
Duration of the year is 6 months, because the proposal was
the
6 months.
duration of this, for 26. So June 1st is 6 months.
That would be 6 months, for
It would
the
be 6
duration of the
months.
calendar year
Yeah,
then.
yeah, okay.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, thank you. Discussion? Being none, all those in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
5-0-0.
Thank you.
Anything
I'll
else,
get you
Naomi?
numbers. No, I'll get you numbers on that.
Thank you.
Beth, did you have anything else you needed, other than the home?
Go home.
Please do.
I just want to say, my name was taken in vain regarding this report. I'm happy to do that, but the reason it exists is because of Beth and Naomi doing the legwork ahead of time to get a lot of this stuff done. And I just helped with the formatting, so I appreciate the hard work that was done by Beth and Naomi, so thank you very much. Thank you. Administrator?
No,
Report?
no, you got department heads.
We get
Oh,
department
I'm
heads here.
sorry. Gee, I get ahead of myself.
We
Do
got,
it. Chief?
Chief is first.
Commissioner?
Sir.
Pardon?
So I only have a couple of things, so I'm gonna make this like really, really brief. I had mentioned before that we were gonna put in for a grant for forest and lands. And this is the 2026 Volunteer Fire Assistant Grant. And basically, the government, the state of New Hampshire gives us a dollar for dollar match up to $2,000. So we spend $2,000, they give us $2,000. So I have this paperwork here. We got notified that we did receive the grant, or we were awarded that. So I just need your signatures on that to get it. The $2,000, this is all going to be buying forestry hose. It's going to purchase 1,700 feet of forestry hose, because we haven't bought any forestry hose in the last
Quite a while,
10 years.
10 years, yeah.
At least, and we keep blowing it and throw it in the trash can, and we're not replacing it. So this is going to do us a good deed by bolstering up what we have for our forestry hose. One issue that I have is it's actually coming out of my equipment line, and I just want to mention that next year's budget, I would actually like to put stuff in forestry, because this is forestry hose, it's not fire hose, and I have a separate budget for forestry, but I can't shy away from $2,000 of free stuff that we need desperately, so.
Ask you this question.
Yes.
Is the 2,000 you need currently baked into the numbers for the forecast? Or is it extra?
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay, you already got it.
I already got it. I'm taking that out of my equipment fund that I have.
Okay.
That I have for my budget. So I have that paperwork is here. I'm gonna ask for your signatures on
How many
that.
signatures?
What's that?
How many signatures?
Just yours. No, I don't,
Is it one?
5?
Does it require all the selectmen?
I thought when you sent
the
that over, it
name
was
of
on
that
one
grant?
line.
Similar situation, it looked like the same paperwork that we did for the chief Moore, you could authorize him to sign it.
Okay, I just want to know. I mean, is that your writing or is that yours?
That's their writing. That's not mine.
5 most highly compensated officers in your business organization. That's not us.
That's not us, no. We're-
That's you guys, so if I could get your 5 signatures.
So you don't need a motion if all
No,
five of you.
all five of them.
Actually, let me back up. I would like you to do that just for record keeping, because nobody sees what you're signing.
Oh.
And the minutes should reflect what the title of that.
You want to make the
paperwork
motion?
What is this grant called?
That doesn't make any sense. The names and compensation of the 5 most highly
That's what I
compensated
said.
officers in your business organization are as follows.
That's not
And it
us.
asks for the actual amount.
is. Of your compensation?
Yes.
Wasn't it 22225? Oh.
Yeah, but
Well, this is not
we're gonna look real
possible.
poor at that point.
You'll be able to feel bad and give us more for the grant.
It's asking,
He just read.
It's at, the names and compensation of the 5 most highly compensated officers in your business or organization are as follows.
Have the
Names
department head
and
sign it.
amount.
Have the
So-
department head sign it.
No, we're the only officers.
You guys are the,
Just
that
put our-
doesn't make sense.
put our
That sounds like
salaries
they're
down.
looking for the fire department people, not select board members.
Correct, in the business. In your business or organization's preceding completed fiscal year, did your business or organization receive 80% or more of your annual gross revenue in U.S. federal contracts and
No.
25 million or more in annual gross revenues?
definitely not 25 million.
No. Does the public have access to information about the compensation of the executives in your business or organization through periodic reports filed under Section 13A, 15D of the Securities Exchange Act of 34?
Annual report.
Yeah, the annual town report, annual report. I mean, I could
This is
call them.
easy, chief.
I
figure
could
out-
call them and find out whose signatures they,
I think we
They-
might want to do that, yeah,
they,
because this,
they want to have.
yeah, there is a form that,
Is it G1, it says G1 form signed, initialed, exhibits ABC, a certificate of authority, which is right here.
which has
Right,
one
Beth-
signature.
Beth filled out some paperwork already on that.
And this is signed by the town clerk.
You bring it back next week?
Yeah, I think you bring it back next week.
Get your crystal ball, figure out what's going
Yeah,
on.
this is not.
Well, the problem with bringing it back next week is you only have so much time to do this, and
Mean you late?
No.
I'm not late.
You have to,
Mark,
you have to leave.
Mark, how about this? You figure out who's supposed to sign it,
I'll be up.
get the information to Naomi, and if we need to sign it.
We'll get here.
We'll get over here and sign it.
Yeah, we'll get over here and sign it.
Do we want to approve it first?
Well, well, that was a different form.
I mean,
She's,
as long as it gets to my signatures, then I'll sign it and send
Says
it in.
G1 form signed and initialed, that's a G1 form.
Yep.
Certificate of authority, which is by the town clerk, so if you make a motion to let him be authorized to sign the G1 form, we can fill out right here.
I'm gonna pull one of my famous stunts. So moved.
I blank hereby
I like
testify
that.
to be secretary of this, clerk or secretary of the municipality, and then I resolve that he's authorized per your agreement to enter into, and then the town clerk signs.
The town clerk has
So
to
if
sign
you
it.
authorize Chief Rourke to sign on behalf of the town to accept the grant,
Can I see that?
then we'll make the paperwork.
So moved.
And then-
Second.
Just want to-
Second. Any discussion? Being none,
Anyone-
all in favor?
Pam's gonna-
Thank you. 5-0.
Okay, aye.
Everything else, chief?
Yeah, I do. I have some more paperwork you gotta sign.
No!
Yeah, no, this is,
Trust
this,
me.
this
Were
is,
you last week?
this is for real. So, you guys signed the EOP, right? You had that. They sent 2 more things to me. This is the statement of adoption. So you're adopting the EOP and NIMS, and this does say Chair of the Select Board,
And,
that's you,
or is there anybody else?
and everybody.
Oh, okay.
So those 2 things, and then we're done with the
Two
EOP.
originals you need signed?
So if you guys could sign those, that would be great. And that would be it, that's all I have.
We need a motion for this?
There's also a signature for you here, too.
There
We're all
is.
signing.
Yeah, I mean, you guys already said you accepted the emergency operation plan already, so it's just a matter of signing it.
Which one's that?
Emergency operation plan.
How are we making out on the hazardous mitigation?
As soon as this gets done,
Okay.
then they'll start pulling information off of that. But we still have not, that's still all, the money for that's still all frozen, and nothing is moving yet with that.
So what was that, the acceptance, what do you call that?
Acceptance of the adoption, as the technical name, adoption of the emergency operation plan.
Oh, I guess let's do them. Jeez.
And the other sheet that I had last week you guys signed was, it wasn't the adoption, it was, I forgot what the sheet was. There was 3 pages, and I gave you one last week that the police had to sign off on, everyone here had to sign off on it and stuff. So with this, we should be done, so.
Down the line.
We'll
Last but not
get
least.
through this.
Yeah, my apologies about that. When I went through it with Beth, I was under the assumption that you guys had to sign it because you were the,
It looks very confusing. It could be us, it doesn't.
No, it looked like forms he uses.
Confusing ones?
No,
Confusing?
no, with the state with the patrol, it's set
oh,
up the same way.
okay.
Okay. State forms are the same? Well, that's surprising.
You all set?
I'm good, just those 2 sheets. I'm good.
Take the rest of the night off, chief.
I'm gonna make a copy.
Okay.
I think Chief's up next.
I'm just happy you recognize me as the smallest member of the select board.
Please, Chief.
Thank you, Bill.
Come on down.
Your next contestant. On the price is probably wrong.
So I got information on the carport, which I'll pass around. Yeah, thank you, sir. Let's see. Keep that. That's the original. You guys can keep that. 2 letters of recommendation, some pictures of existing buildings. Just real quick on, I'll just read the rest. On garagebuildings.com, they've been in business 27 years. There were 123 Google reviews that reviewed it good, with 4 stars out of 5. They claim they have a Better Business Bureau rating of an A+. I went to Better Business Bureau, it was an A. They've had 6 complaints, I think it was over the last 3 years, and the complaints on their Google rating and Better Business Bureau generally deal with 2 things. Building not going up quickly, because, and we're not in any rush, so that really is really irrelevant to us. And then problem with the subcontractors that they hire to put it up. But it looks like they reply to each complaint, and I've seen full refunds in any complaint.
So are you
Almost all the time.
Are you planning on complaining once it's up?
That would be a good idea. They said they've done over 100,000 buildings. And obviously they've been in business a while. They have a 20-year rust-through warranty. And I think that's it, once y'all leave. And then we did get 2 additional quotes. One was for $40,499.03, which does not include the install. And then the other quote was for $48,233.80, which does include the install. All of these are out-of-state companies, online companies. I think that answers all of you guys' questions.
So are they subbing the actual installation out?
Yes.
To whom?
Don't know.
Okay.
An approved vendor of theirs.
Approved vendor of theirs, which we can complain about and get a full refund from what I've researched.
Like your style.
Yeah. what this was, obviously, we've done the bid process, which is done for neutral competency. We don't want to show favoritism to anybody. We have 3 bids. It's just request for you guys to award the lowest bid, which was to, what are they called again? GarageBuildings.com. And you have the price because you have the contract up there.
Because I wasn't here when the board approved that, where are the funds coming from?
Special detail fund, 100%. We got with the town attorney, and this was actually Brainerd's idea, which is a good idea because it's a 50-year building and it houses 5 vehicles. We divided the cost of this project up over those 50 years per vehicle, and you're talking $100 per vehicle, which the town attorney says, yep, that's proportional, we're good to use special detail funds. Currently, there's over 70, it's probably over 80,000 right now in there, and the board previously authorized using up to 30.
I knew that there was authorization already, I just didn't know where the funds are coming from.
Nope, all good.
How tall is it? I'm sorry.
I believe the roof line is 14 feet because, y'all got my plan, it's one of the garage doors is 12. If I'm not mistaken.
We need to provide a list.
Yes, Brandon's doing that, he's got a buddy.
Brandon's got a buddy?
Brandon's got a buddy, not charging us anything.
As long as he provides insurance.
Yeah.
and
I'll make sure we do that.
Because it says anything over 13 or taller, the customer's responsible for providing.
Yes, we are over that.
But before he steps foot on there with his loader or whatever he's gonna climb in and do it with, we'll need an insurance.
Will do. Piece of cake.
Ready for motion?
What were your other 2 quotes again? 'Cause-
Oh, I got them. Do you need them?
No, I wanted to be sure to
I can give them to you.
Are these for me too?
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Okay.
So we're just approving the vendor now, correct? That's-
You're awarding.
We're awarding
the bid.
Carport bid to
Okay.
Garage Buildings.
.com. Yep.
Can I see the actual invoice? Nope.
I won't do my motion again,
And
next to her.
is this 27,810 still the right number?
27,810, this number at the top corner.
That is the,
Yes.
Okay. Then I make a motion that we accept the bid, or award the bid for the police department carport in the amount of $27,810 to Garage Buildings out of Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Have a second?
Wait a minute, and the money to come from,
Detail,
and the money to come from.
special detail.
The money to come from
Police Special Detail
the
Fund.
Police Special Detail Fund. This is not the right date, is it?
That's the date of the bid.
The date, okay. With the date of the bid of February 9th, 2026.
I'll second.
Is that clear? Okay.
was it garagebuildings.com though? No,
It just says garage building.
It's .com.
It's
Dot com.
tiny, tiny.
Oh, I don't see the .com.
Look at
It's underneath it.
that tiny little dot.
Oh, all right. No, I didn't see it.
Just wanna make sure we get the name right.
Yeah, no,
When we
that's
cut the
fine.
check.
Okay, any discussion? Being none, all in favor?
Yes.
500.
Thank you.
Did
And
they
then,
say when they could start, chief?
no, I've got to sign the contract and then they'll put us on the schedule.
Okay.
You wanna authorize-
Obviously, we have a limit, they're not going to do the limit.
Should, yeah, we definitely should.
I'll keep you informed, progress.
Make a motion that we authorize Chief Moore to sign the contract for the
We have a second?
GarageBuildings.com.
Second,
Thank you.
Thank you
Other
very much.
discussion? All in favor?
yes.
Yes.
Aye.
500, thank you.
Thank you very much. And then I just have one other thing regarding hiring freeze, not that I'm against it, but just an option.
Before we go there, chief, can I just say, I appreciate you taking our concerns
Oh, no problem.
into consideration and getting that additional information.
Yeah, easy button.
When I said that night, I was just concerned that it was a Virginia company. And Apparently they do business everywhere, which is fine. It's just, I found it a little unusual that we only got the one bid and it was from not even close to us.
Probably just because we stayed in contact with them because they won the first bid where we did this before. We
Okay.
didn't stay in contact with the other two companies, which were much higher.
So they were, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And they were significantly lower than everybody
I
else.
appreciate the legwork that you had, the extra that you
all
had to
good.
do.
All good.
It made a difference.
Okay.
Thank you.
Easy button.
Right.
Hiring vacancy, we were looking at hiring somebody for the for the May 4th Academy. That's already closed. Usually I hire somebody to keep them employed so they don't go somewhere else. Because of our financial situation, I would propose if we do hire somebody, we don't do it until the following academy, which isn't till August 24th. We can hire this guy if he doesn't get offers from anybody else, and if it's allowed, the Friday before he actually goes to the academy. Last time Beth told me an officer with benefits, paid benefits and everything is worth a little bit over 120. So if we're looking at just a quarter of the year, that's $30,000. We're saving 90 instead of the full 120, because it is very hard to find people, and I think we would be able to keep him if we offered him a position until the next academy, which is August 24th. Just throwing that out there for consideration. And if we can't, because of the budget, we can't.
Thank you.
I told him I'd help him find a job somewhere else.
We're kind of reviewing the budget numbers like every month.
Yeah, we will be.
Oh, we what now?
We're reviewing like the budget numbers every month, see how we're doing.
Oh, sure.
So if it gets to the point where we decide we can do it, we'll.
Okay, sounds good.
Let's see what we can do.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Appreciate the time.
Chief? Jason?
Thanks.
Last but never least.
Here comes the real money to spend.
That's right.
Jason?
Be careful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is the first one.
I just didn't have any of my recommendations on what I sent you guys this morning.
Okay, we'll start with paving. So, Highway Department solicited sealed bids for 2026 asphalt paving reclaiming program. These projects will include top coating Irving and Renshaw Drive, which got reclaimed and base coated last year, and reclaiming South Sugar Hill and Lindsay Lane and base coating that this year. So we were able to get 3 bidders. You can see the unit price comparison for base coat, top coat, reclaim per square yard, stone remix, and handwork. If you go down to the next breakdown, that is total cost per category, and then an estimated project cost.
Jason, I get SY is square yard. What's LS?
Lump sum.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yep.
The GMI is so much higher than everybody else in that stone remix.
Wish I could tell you.
I said it's funny that that's the case.
Yeah.
Don't want the job.
If that's what put them over,
That's what put them over on the bid, essentially, I guess.
yeah.
If you break it down.
So this handwork, is that the labor of the people showing up?
Yes, that's handwork per ton, so if they have to use anything but the paver to lay asphalt,
Right,
they're doing
catch
it by
basin or
hand.
something like that.
Yeah.
So how many tons are we thinking of buying?
That number's kind of up in the air. It varies as far as driveways and catch basins, so
How much money do we have to spend?
how much money do we have to spend?
Because I know
Well,
the 700 was,
we got 700 in the warrant article this year, so.
that
gonna-
700 doesn't go as far as it used to, does it?
No, it's gonna be a tight year for sure. You know, South Sugar Hill's
Pretty lengthy.
just about 2 miles long, so that's a pretty good charge of asphalt, so.
Do you think you'd be able to get them all based on the budget for this
Yeah.
cost? Okay.
Yeah, he's got, next page shows it.
Are you gonna need for your, scale prep? Scale area?
We're gonna talk about that at the next one, yeah. So you can see the comparison summary, I guess, lowest price, lowest unit price per category. Base coat, your lowest, bidder was GMI, top coat, your lowest bidder is R&D, reclaim and fine grade, compact. Your lowest bidder was GMI, and stone remix, your lowest bidder is R&D. So it's pretty even between the two of them. The total project difference is, you know, $3,000 estimated, between the both of them. We do already have experience with R&D. We've used them the 4 years that I've been kind of in charge.
Yeah, yeah.
I've actually used them the 6 years that I've been with the town. So, I would suggest that we award R&D the contract based on those numbers, as they are the lowest responsible bidder, and they are gonna provide the best overall value for the town, I believe.
Yeah, and whenever we've had problems, and they've, or I don't say problems, differences of whatever, they've been pretty fair about meeting in the middle.
For the most part, we've been able to meet in the middle on any problems that we've had. Like I said, I haven't worked with GMI.
Right.
There's a few towns that I've talked to that, same story, they've used them and they've, you know, had no issues, so.
I
Yeah.
make a motion, we accept, or we award the 2026 asphalt paving and reclaiming projects bid in the amount of $512,446.10 to R&D Paving.
Can you just put an estimated on that? Because if we,
Estimated project
if we do
cost.
go over, I don't want to have to come back and ask you guys, that's all.
That's fair. For a total estimated amount of $512, $512,446.10.
Second it.
Any discussion? Being none, those in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
500.
Well, I'd like to point out for anybody who's listening, people in here as well, you know, we asked for 700,000 this year, this number is only 512. I wanted to get these numbers buttoned down before I got any pavement preservation numbers into you guys, so that'll be coming up pretty soon. Then also drainage and shoulder material and all that stuff comes out of that fund, so it's not like the department just asked for 700,000 because we wanted to squirrel away 200, you know.
It will be spent.
It will be used for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Jay, do you need back these,
You need to
these
see
quotes?
Yeah, I'll take those bids from you.
Good job putting that together.
Yes, thank you.
Is that really 3 o'clock this morning?
That was 3 o'clock this morning.
It was.
So my question was, you hadn't been to bed yet, or you get up early?
Hadn't been to bed yet.
Fantastic.
That's all right. I'm still on winter mode, so it doesn't matter. So what you got in front of you there is the scale bid. Sorry, let me just get into this. We solicited sealed bids for the purchase and installation of a new drive-on truck scale. We only were able to get one bidder. I think that was probably an issue with the way that I put the bid out. think it might have been just a little too specific and or not quite exactly what we needed. So this bidder did contact me and come out for a site visit. We kind of went around the facility and talked about different places to put it. And they actually recommended us a pit scale, not a above ground.
What was their reason for that?
One of the biggest reasons was liabilities. He said, believe it or not, you get a lot of people who get onto the scale and for some reason they want to get out.
Out of the truck.
Yeah.
Yep.
As well,
Go.
yeah, so that's been an issue. The metal decks on those are slippery in the wintertime. They're harder to clear snow off of. Another reason is however long your scale is, say you got a 40-foot scale, you're going to need 10-foot approaches on either side and then ramps. So you're looking, probably 20-foot ramps, 10-foot approaches, 40-foot scale. You're pushing right out to, 90 feet at least. Whereas a pit scale, you're, if you got a 40-foot scale, your area you have to excavate and where you're at is, 45, 50 feet. So originally, when we had talked about this prior board, there was thoughts of us putting this scale kind of out where the brush pile is, pushing the brush pile back. That wouldn't work with a above ground with the length that we needed. Just kind of looking at things when they came out for a site visit. I'd like to get a visual on this so we can talk about it a little bit more. If you can see in that bid, there was a suggestion from this vendor to put it in between the parking area and the building. We had talked about that and kind of almost ex-nayed that idea because of the traffic flow. That's where this person recommended. I had another suggestion. I would definitely like to go over it with you guys, kind of get some more opinions.
Blue screen's never good.
Either way, I think it's something that we need to look at again and probably go out to bid with some better information. That way we might get some more bidders, some better numbers probably. I don't know.
That was my next question, Jason. We had 100,000 available,
Yeah,
and that pit scale is 132. Is this,
what am I doing wrong here?
You're on video now.
Huh, I did something. Nope,
There you go.
saw that one.
Yes.
We can see your taskbar at the bottom.
Is this your?
I saw you moving it around. I think you gotta approve sharing it though.
Well, I've never had to do anything like that before.
I think you were on the right one, HDMI, whatever it was. Yeah.
No questions, is your video
James
duplicating
is-
screen?
James is a computer guy.
Yeah, where are you at here, James? What are you doing?
Get an IT guy in there.
Yeah.
Frank, you know how to fix this?
can't help you. Too old school.
I think it's the guy who put this cable in, honestly. Yeah.
Don't want that.
Anyway, yeah, you can see the above ground is cheaper, but
Does the 132 encompass any concrete work or no?
that's all of it.
That's
That's all?
everything.
Okay,
That's everything.
okay.
That's all the site work.
So where do you propose the other 32 comes from?
I don't.
So it's going back up to bid, I think. Is
Yeah.
that what you're
Yeah,
suggesting?
is that what this is?
Yeah.
I see what
You
we're
got it
doing.
now?
Let's see what we're doing. Let's, not that one. Where was that? This one. All right. Let's just bring this over.
Whoa.
We
Oh,
almost got it.
look at that.
Yeah, let's hope.
we go.
There you go.
Ta-da.
That's all we needed.
On the second screen instead.
Huh, that's funny. Well, so the suggestion was to put the scale here. We do know that there's a septic line here and the septic tank here. So if we did end up putting it here, it would be proposed to be, past that for all those reasons. Like we said before, it does kind of, you're coming through here, you're crossing the flow of traffic. I don't think it's very, I just don't think it's very safe. I think we'll end up with more problems.
That precludes, does that preclude a future recycling facility? For traffic flow?
If we're gonna keep this place the way it is now, and leave this traffic pattern, I would say it doesn't really matter. 'Cause I know there was a brief conversation about maybe extending this building here and having a recycling facility here, but, and I don't wanna say that it's cheap enough to just move this pit scale wherever we need it. It would obviously cost money. It would be some concrete work to,
But the layout was built for like 3,500 people? Well, now,
Now you're 10,000.
so I mean,
Yeah. so
this is a suboptimal solution for 10,000.
it is, for sure. My other well, originally, we were here
Correct.
to kind of keep this road open out back.
Let people
But-
go twice around?
Yep, you still have to go, you'd have to go twice around regardless.
Right.
But right here, there's not enough clearance for an above ground.
Correct. But if we did it in-ground, you could easily put it anywhere there, couldn't you?
It's possible that we could put it there. I'm not 100% sure what the soil looks like there, whether that's acceptable,
Septic,
what's in there.
solid dumping pits?
So my other thought was these people come through here for the scale, coming up this road. If we took this curb out here, made it a straight line to this curb, and this island knocked out, and you put that scale right here.
Which direction?
So you'd come up this way.
You got a septic tank right there or something?
So the tank's right here in this section. So I suggest, stopping right here and then, taking this section out, having the scale there.
How much distance is that?
So
It's a pretty tight corner, isn't it?
I'm just thinking, if somebody with a trailer comes up there, they gotta be able to make the swing from the paper trailer.
you'd still be having to come
Have to
over
swing
here
hard.
and come
You'd have to cut it
across.
pretty
And
hard.
you're still cutting across the traffic that way, aren't you?
You would still be cutting across this traffic for sure right here. It wouldn't be directly in front. You would be up in this area. I wouldn't think thered be a problem bringing a dump trailer and a truck through right here to come onto the scale.
Is the idea to run overhead or under power to it?
Under.
Under.
Yep. Yeah, so we just
Run a trench line.
run a trench.
So where's the septic system again?
So,
Where the tank is, where's the system itself?
System's out.
system's down here.
Oh, okay.
So,
Allegedly.
so what's the largest vehicle that will allow on this thing?
It's just gonna be pickups and trailers.
Nothing bigger than like a 450, 550?
Yeah, we're not gonna have
One of the
tractors on
trailers,
here.
though. They're gonna have those little dumping landscape trailers and stuff.
Yeah,
It's only gonna be like 40 feet, you said?
yeah. They even suggested a 34, I think is an option in
Seems
that
pretty
bid.
short.
It seems a little short.
It seems a little short, and then you think about it, it's just the wheels. It doesn't have to be the whole
Doesn't have to be the truck.
gamut.
Yeah, you just wanna make sure the guy doesn't pull the steer axle off.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's all I got,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. But state of New Hampshire requires a display on your scale, so this is close enough to the building where we can have the display here and a red light, green light for you to get on and off. Over here, we'd have to do
Pull up or something.
we'd have to put a pole up. You'd have to have just a little building for the printer and scale ticket stuff, whatever. But, I mean, it could be as big as this, honestly.
A dumb question, could you come around and then come on this way? You said you go around twice.
Yeah,
Not
so,
cutting across if you went in front and came down around and then got on.
the only, you come up here,
Yeah, so I was thinking, you go up and around and go this way, then you back in line to, I know you gotta go back in line.
yep.
Still tight.
Instead of get rid of all your trash too, so.
Well,
It's
I'm
not
just
a bad
thinking of
idea.
not cutting, yeah.
Now, that's not current, because it doesn't have the Connex boxes there, right? That's a couple years.
No, this is a couple years old, but there's two Connex boxes. They're in place of these, they're a little bit longer.
Okay.
They're probably up to here.
All right. What about? Anybody else? What about knock this off and put it here? The reason I say that is you kind of swing out here and then you can be straight, you can still see
Yep.
the building, you can still run across.
Yeah, somewhere in that general area, I think.
It might, to me, it would be a little easier than having to cross all that traffic.
Well,
Yep.
that's all I was trying to do is go up and
And
around.
then you know it's
Yeah.
actually right there looking at the building.
Looking at the building,
Right.
looking at your demo trailer.
Right.
You can extend that drive area to the left to make the turn,
Oh, widen it out a little bit.
widen it out,
Yeah.
accommodate. You could move it back as far as you want.
Still sounds like you're pushing back the brush pile, but,
Correct. Is that what that is there?
This is your
brush
pile right
what was it?
Up a bit. What's that?
That's where
To the left of the Merrill Road, wherever it is?
Yeah, between the two.
These
railroads.
are roofs for the paper trailer.
Oh, okay.
There's typically nothing
So you
here.
could widen that thing out another 10, 15 feet. And,
Yeah, you could widen up.
you know what I'm saying, just so you're not.
Yeah,
worried
if you wanted to put hot top here, you could put a section right here. If we were gonna do it, that's what I would suggest, because we have storage here and your concrete disposals right here.
You're saying put the scale there?
No, just, you said if you wanted to widen this 15
Yeah.
feet out, I'm just saying, if we were gonna do it.
That'll push that out another lane away from the
Yeah.
scale.
Yep. No, I don't mind that area right there at all. Yeah,
So
it,
you're exiting traffic, you'd make it a little wider to go around it.
Right.
yeah, just
You wouldn't obstruct that corner where people are always coming around.
Right.
come out through here.
Right, they just swing.
Either way, they're gonna have to cross somewhere.
Yeah.
There's some portion, because anybody coming through here to dump here,
He's gonna have to
you're
run.
gonna have to come here to get off on the demo.
You also have to have room, after you get off the scale, to get backed up into the
Into the demo.
construction debris area.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come here
Go
and,
straight
Exactly.
back in. That's a pretty easy shot.
But what I'm saying is you're still gonna, with people trying to dump their household trash,
yeah,
coming
yeah,
in the backside there.
yeah.
Yeah.
This original idea of putting it here was just to keep everybody out of the flow of traffic, but
Right.
to this one vendor, it didn't seem feasible for them. So if we go back out to bid,
Is it too far away, you think? What was his concern?
he was concerned about,
Seeing the,
yes, being too far away, not seeing anybody.
not seeing the display.
Yeah, not seeing a display, having to put more money into putting a pole up, a scale house, a little building somebody could stand in over there. So having it right here, you're able to do everything
Very
in the office, so that takes a little bit of the cost away.
So if your guys are out doing stuff and they see a trailer come in, and they would just run into the house to,
Into the office, right?
Yeah.
to the office to
Yeah,
to
so-
take care of that?
Basically, once people got into the swing of things and knew that, hey, this readout is for the scale, you get onto the scale, it'll have a green light for you to get on.
Right.
When you're on, shows an X, and then once the attendant has your weight, he'll turn the green light on, you can jump off, go bring your demo in, come back around, get back on the scale, and then settle
Right,
it.
I get the process, but there's not always somebody in the office.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they'd have to come.
So they'd have to
inside.
recognize, hey, this guy's coming in with a trailer, somebody's gotta go to the office.
Yeah.
So that the person's not sitting on the scale for 20 minutes, or having to walk around while their vehicle's on the scale,
Yep,
looking for somebody to read it.
yep.
Yeah. I've run into that some places, you're sitting there and sitting there and sitting there. Come on.
So, is this software $2,500 a year?
He said to me that it included everything, that it does it all, is a one-time,
Well, you got software specified, $2,500 per seat, with a $2,300 setup and implementation fee. Something, and there's a $2,500 annual subscription for the software.
not that he said to me.
I think that's how it's written.
What is it? Per what?
Yep.
Seat,
Per seat?
computer.
There's only one, right?
Probably only have the one seat, the one computer.
Or you think it's an annual?
Because there's a $2,300 setup and implementation fee,
Right.
and then the $2,500 per seat. I don't know if that is an annual maintenance or service or whatever, or if that's a one-time.
That's probably a good question to ask in the rebid process.
Yeah.
To include software or whatever.
Yep.
Yep.
Are we all good with that location? So at least when the guy comes up to look at or the company comes up and look at it, we can say, yes, it's gonna be right here. And that way there, they can.
I'm fine with any location that Jason says works for him.
I agree.
Yeah,
Okay.
and whatever works best for the installation.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works, yeah. With a
My only
40-footer.
reservation is, should we ever relay this out, meaning, I'm sure the packer will always say where it is, but make it so that, because the real issue is, Saturday mornings, with people walking in between traffic going from recycling to there. We talked about breaking that problem by some future recycling. I don't know if that precludes it.
I think that's far enough away from any recycling, even if that recycling bay was to expand forward, I still think that the scale is far enough away.
Then you gotta wrap back around, get on the scale.
I mean, you gotta drive around a couple times, you drive around a couple times.
Well,
unfortunately.
you
I know we've
gotta
talked
go
about
3
redoing the whole
times.
thing too.
Right.
You have to go
How-
3 times.
How can we, if you can engineer it this so that it falls into a future
I mean, the other thing is too, is, I mean, if it's 30 grand to move it, I mean, the capital outlay is gonna be for a new facility of 5, 6, 7 plus.
Right.
Is 30 grand is pretty much peanuts to move it wherever you want it. And probably if you were to build a new facility you don't want it here anyways, you're gonna want it close to your shack like New Boston has. So I think you're gonna be moving it regardless, personally.
I think you know what you gotta do is put out the bid, right?
I'll put it back up.
But let's talk about the money.
Yep,
So how much do we have?
100.
100.
And then you think by going out the bid, we get down to 100?
I'm not sure we'll get down to 100.
We may get more participants.
May get more bids.
But my question is, how do we fill the gap, even if there is a $10,000 gap?
I don't think we can.
Is that next year?
Yeah, it might have to stay sitting there, and we might have to go out with another warrant article to raise the rest of the money. I'm not sure. We've got the special revenue fund that passed this year, so we'll have
More.
I mean, money.
More
we'll have
usable.
money to to put towards it that,
With a zero tax impact.
But is it, because nobody's gonna hold their bid for a whole year. Even though we go out and find out what today's number is. We're gonna have to go out and redo the bid next year because unless somebody wants to say, yeah, it's good for a year.
yeah, I think the first step is going out to bid, seeing more vendors, what they say, a couple more site visits.
Yeah, 'cause I know there's a couple more scale companies in the area, so they may have different.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that I didn't get at least one more
Yeah,
from
me
a
too.
company that we do business with.
Yeah, ditto.
But,
So you said that was, you thought you only got one bid because of the way the bid went, or?
yeah, I think it was just a little
Specific?
overbuilt for what we actually needed.
Okay.
I put out a bid for 6 load cells in the scale, and,
You only need 4.
yeah, this one pit scale, the way it's designed, it's only designed with one.
Even better.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's still a 25-year warranty on it, or 15-year warranty on that one, load cell.
Yep.
The company actually, there's a pit scale that they put in back in the 1800s over in the center of Francistown that's still working.
Perfect.
So, that company's been around for a long time, but,
Burbank's been around for a long time.
yeah. Again, we go out to bid, get more information, I think, definitely to make a more educated decision here.
All right.
Want this back?
So you're just gonna reopen the bid process, written a different way?
Yeah, so I'm gonna actually call the company that we didn't get a bid from and talk to them. I did talk to them a few years back, when we kinda trying to get this going the first time. Again, I'm surprised we didn't get a bid from them, so I'll call them, see if it's something that was in the bid that was kinda put them off, or if they're just not in that kind of business, or what the deal is, but.
Oh, this is the one I wanted.
Okay, so these two from Fairfield are turnkey options, ready to go, almost ready to go. The rest of these bids are cabin chassis. You've got 2 from ATG, got this one from Ballard Truck Center, which is a Mack. Got this one, I don't know if you've ever heard of them, Ricky, One Nation Distribution.
No, that's not the parent company of, no, that's PA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
So that's a Peterbilt, and then you've got 2 options for Blue Ridge trucks. So, Town of Ware Public Works received sealed bids for the purchase of one tandem axle plow truck. Chassis bids were opened publicly last Friday. Summary of bids, you got 2027 International HX 520 from Allegiance with a Cummins X15, that's 450 horse. You got truck number 2 from International, also a 2027 HV 515 with their proprietary International 13-liter, still at 450 horse. Availability on those 2 chassis is 3 to 5 months. ATG, the 2027 Western Star 47X, got a Detroit 13-liter, 450 horse. A Freightliner 114 SD, same Detroit, 450 horse. Ballard Truck Center, you got a Mack GR 64 with a Mack motor MP8, 445 horse. And then you have a One Nation Distribution LLC. They bid out a 2026 Peterbilt 567. It's got a PACCAR MX-13 motor, 510 horse. Those are cab and chassis models. Those ranges are from 198,000 and change down to 147,000 and change.
So the Mack motor's a Volvo?
It's a Mack.
Wow, they're owned by Volvo.
They're all, hey,
Well,
it's a
yeah,
Volvo.
I mean, basically. If you want to get to specifics.
Is there any benefit to staying with the same kind of running gear you have now?
There absolutely is.
There is, yeah, so all the suspension parts, for the most part, the brakes.
About your engines?
Oil filters.
So the engines, we have a mix. We have some X15s. We got 3 of them, I think. K-Whoppers, I think, 15.
12.
No, it is a 12, yep. So we got 3 Cummins. 2 of them are 15s, one of them is 12. The rest of the fleet, besides 3, are all the DD13s. For the most part, fuel filters, oil filters are the same across the board with whatever engine platform you stick with.
About transmissions?
All the transmissions are the same. Allison 4500s.
And they spec out the rear ends?
All the rears are the same. The suspensions, there's a little bit of variation on whether it's a spring ride or a block, but they're all some sort of variance of Hendrickson suspension for the most part. We have a little bit of both at the shop.
This may be premature, other than Fairchild, which is a full-up vehicle. Everything else is half the, it still need the plows on the back bed, don't you?
Yep, those are just cab and chassis.
So what are the bids to fit these up, these cabin chassis up to the full?
He's got
I got that next for you. All right,
Give
do you
what
want-
we need to know.
Do you want to see them all together?
Well, I guess the question is, number 5's out of the question, because this is too much money.
Yeah.
Correct.
So how many more are too much money?
Well, let me ask you this, did we, no, they're not out of the money, because the way that warrant article was worded, you added 280 to the fund. It wasn't that it was a max amount of use.
How much of fund we got?
The whole warrant article
Yeah, it was 280, 260 was added to the fund.
260 was added to the fund, excuse
We
me.
have 280
So
total.
we have 280 total.
So do any of these, would the other thing come out to less than 180?
Yeah, we're right there.
Okay.
So Jason,
With
I see,
both of my-
oh, sorry, go ahead.
With both of my recommendations, we're right there.
Okay.
Is the recommendation that you've made for Allegiance for 164.5, is that because you have X15 already? What was your main considerations? I mean, I can read what you said here.
Yep, so
What was
just
the consideration?
for everybody who's listening, the price tag between the two that were closest there, between the 47X Western Star and the HX 520, we currently have both those models of trucks right now.
Okay.
We have 2 previous HX 520s. We have Western Star 4700s, which were the previous models of this 47X, and then last year we got a 47X. So, again, the price tag difference here is like 200 and...
It's only a couple $100, so
It's $200.
what made your decision to be one over the other?
I think the International is more value for our money at that price range. I think the motor it's a better motor. Myself personally, that's my opinion, working on trucks for a little while.
Well, you're a truck mechanic.
So I think that X15, it's 450 horse. That's not its full potential. We're not going to be over revving that thing to get it where it needs to be. I'm not dogging the DD13 at all, but those things can go 400, 450, 500 horse. So you could be, longevity-wise, I think the Cummins is a little bit better.
So you're not working it as hard?
Essentially, V8, V6 truck kind of deal, you
That
know?
Cummins platform goes up to 605.
Yeah.
That X15 goes up to a 605, so you're not working it nearly as hard. But that 450 about taps out that DD13.
I got you.
I will say it's just kind of, I recommend the 520, provides the best overall value, I think. Long-term performance, 47X is still a good truck. They're offering that with a 2-year engine warranty in this bid already. Whereas the HX 520 doesn't include that coverage on the Cummins. That would be an extra around $5,000. So overall total, that's putting us really close at that 280, 279, 280 number. So we're right there at our tipping point as far as that goes. So I talked with the gentleman who's kind of next in line for the truck. They were so close. I asked for his input on what he thought he might want to use, considering he's driven both the models. He indicated to me that he would like to see another International. So that kind of fits in a little bit with my suggestion, but I totally understand if you guys were to say, you know, that's a little bit too close to that number for me. I'd like to see us go with that 47X, but
So, assuming we go with your recommendation for Allegiance at 164.5, who would do the upfitting of everything else?
so that's that next bid. We can pause this and get into that stuff if
Right,
you guys
is it-
want to. That's
Is it the same company that you're recommending, or? different?
Nope.
Okay.
So you buy chassis and deliver it to them?
Yeah, so, just want to get those HP for ones mixed up with these ones.
I'll use out for you.
So here's the,
I apologize, I wasn't up at 3, so I didn't see the email.
that's fine. So there's a list of,
All right, gotcha.
there's a list of 2 vendors we got for plow equipment, which would be the plows and the bodies. You'll see on there, I was able to get some clarification this afternoon. I talked to the Viking rep out of Vermont, and there was just some confusion, I guess, with corporate, so they sent out a bid right from corporate over to us. So that one that you see, Viking Cave, New York, he said that's...
Just wipe that off.
Yeah, it's obviously not the lowest bidder on here. So the specs are pretty close to the same, honestly, between the both of them. I'm not sure where the pricing difference comes from, but so if you can see, the HP Fairfield bid is at $130,000. Now, if we were to go with the HX 520, there's no way that we could go with Fairfield's bid
Right.
at $130,000. Their lead time is 12 to 14 months. That Viking bid that you see from Vermont, that bid is $109,000.
Are these Viking bids the exact same plows and the exact same everything, or they got picking something different?
They're pretty similar. One of them I think has just some upgraded spinner control, sander controls. I think one of them might be a full trip plow instead of just a trip edge. The price differences there are very minimal, but.
Have you had Viking guys upfit trucks before?
So we do have a fleet of Tenco stuff from Tenco, now HP Fairfield. I was able to go check out a couple other towns, see how some Viking equipment has been holding up over the years, see the differences between the two. The Viking stuff, the plows are like an 1/8 inch difference on the steel on the skins, so the plows are a little bit lesser, I guess, than the Tenco stuff. The bodies seem very comparable. I don't think that there's they won't swap over the parts, the chains and stuff. We'll have to stock different chains, but they're both all-season bodies. They're hard ox floors. Tenco's corner posts are designed a little different than Viking's corner posts. But other than that, they're both side dump live bodies. Spit out sand in front of the
Do
wheels.
they warranty that at all? The box or any of the components?
There's I think there's a limited 1-year warranty on like electronics and stuff like that, but
There's a $9,000 difference on Viking, whether it's in New York and Vermont. Is that principally the options on the blade? Like trip edge versus,
it's some electronic controllers and stuff. The plows, I think, are 2 different plows.
what, okay. You went for the,
It's based on the recommendation of the HX. I'm recommending the Viking at 109. That puts us at 274 in change, 274, 500, and then
Within the 280.
then we're looking at another, $5,000 to get that Cummins extended warranty.
Maybe I missed it, the lead time on the Viking.
Okay, sorry.
Maybe I missed it.
No, I don't think I got there. So originally I was hearing that they were 2 years out. Talked to the rep, made sure you'd be able to get it to us by the 27-28 winter season.
which is 16, 17 months from now?
Yeah, it'll be probably the fall of that year. So you're probably looking September, hopefully not November.
Of 27 delivery.
Of 27, yep. It seems like a long time, right? But the way I'm looking at it right now, if we did order an HX from Allegiance and then get Tenco to do it, or actually it doesn't matter, whatever truck we order, they're all 3 to 5 months out. Whatever truck we did get, if we went to Tenco, they're 12 to 14 month out anyway. So we still wouldn't have it for this upcoming winter season, which has been the norm as of the last 5 years or so.
Few trucks.
Yep.
So you want the International 520 with the Viking Vermont #2 bid plus the 5,000 for the extended warranty?
On the motor.
Yep.
That just about fits.
That's 179 and change, isn't
That's
it?
the only option you
I mean,
have.
279 and change, yeah.
That's really the only option, other than dropping the
So,
warranty.
I got a question. What is, and I'm sorry if I'm cutting off, I got my mind thinking. On truck 1 that's turnkey,
Yep.
what's the bottom?
So that's a Tenco body. That would be the ones that we have now.
So if I know it's 291, you have 280, available in 90 days. If you took the $11,000 out of your maintenance, would it save us $150,000?
Are we gonna put more than $11,000 into T4 over the winter?
Yeah.
There's a pretty good chance.
And it comes with
And this is like delivered
turnkey,
in 90 days?
Yeah. I know it's a 25, but it's got no miles on it, right?
Yeah.
It hasn't been delivered or
It's
used.
brand new. It's the 2025. It's $11,000 more that you take out of your repair line that we just talked about, $150,000.
Yeah.
I'm just
Right.
trying to be.
No, that-
helpful.
Yeah, I saw the 4.25 on there.
What do you think about that, Jason?
I mean,
Does that make sense to
So
you?
that's the out of the possible? We're okay?
Say that again?
We're okay to take money from
You've
other
got approved
source?
to buy a truck. 280 comes from
Fine.
the fund.
Okay, so we're not limited to 280.
I think you'd be happier, I mean, I can
just saying,
find
is-
clarification on that, but I think you're well within your right.
What's with the DEF
to take the
system?
What am I looking
$11,000
at?
out of the budget.
Sorry.
What's with the DEF systems on the 27s?
They're putting 48 volt heaters on the front side of it,
Yeah.
which is just gonna be great in the salt environment.
So what-
It's a huge platform change. It's
That
gonna
would be that turnkey truck.
Yeah, it's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be horrible.
Oh, so they just have to outfit it with,
They already have the truck there.
they
They
have
just
it
have
all
to
and just
outfit
put it together?
Okay, that's why it's 90 days.
They do a lot of them. They They have a line of Western Stars sitting
That's
down
your
there, which is the
X15.
second bid.
Instead
And it's
of.
Yeah,
500.
it's an HX 520. It's the same kind of truck model that I recommend.
Would
It's
that,
it's pretty
work for
close.
you?
It's pretty close to the same spec.
It's pretty close.
It's pretty close. It's
I
got
looked at the spec, it's pretty close.
aluminum wheels instead of steel wheels.
If that's
well, that's cool.
is actually
One
allowed.
less thing to roast, right?
They'll still rot.
If that's allowed, then
Yeah, there's pluses and minuses.
you got 3 geriatric trucks right now. You could potentially be down to 2.
I'd say if it wasn't such a hard budget year, I'd be pushing you guys to go for that, just based on the fact
But
that
even
I
so,
can get you an answer for $11,000.
we drop a year out of the whole equation.
you do.
And you potentially drop a lot of money off the maintenance line.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You drop a year and a half off a maintenance line.
If you want, I mean, if we do 7 days, Jason, and if we can't award it, I can get an answer for next Monday, but I can't tonight.
Yeah,
What do you guys want to do?
For these are firm proposals, there's no wiggle room for negotiation. That's how it works. Take it or leave it.
I've never tried, I guess.
How long we've
No,
got?
no, I don't think you can go back and negotiate.
Yeah, I don't think you
with
can
them.
negotiate his price, this is what they've
Because
been.
those were sealed bids, so you open them, and that's why you're
Yeah.
looking at them in the minutes.
Right.
I'd like to know if we could spend that maintenance money to make up the
Well,
difference.
that's why.
Yeah, that,
It's $11,000.
because the warrant article said, raise 260 by taxation, use 20,000.
For the purpose of buying a truck.
Right.
I think that there's
So the
been
voters
years,
approved 280.
yeah.
They also approved a new truck.
I think there's been years past, don't quote me on this, we'll have to check, but I think there's been years past when a warranty has gone over or the timeline has gone over on the truck and the truck ended up costing $5,000 more and it got taken out of the operating
So
budget.
would you go to DRA for the answer or? leave it?
Listen, I'm not against this, I'm all
No,
for
I
it.
would- I
This
would
makes a
ask-
lot of sense to me. If we're saving
That's legal.
tens of thousands of dollars
In the long run.
to spend 12,000 more, or
What's
11,000
the
more,
engine warranty on that one?
So what's the
It'd be
drop
the same.
dead date?
it's the same.
Yeah, I'd assume we'd have to go through the dealer
We
and
need to order it,
talk
like
to
I
them
said,
about
we
it.
did it, we got the answer
But
next
that would be
Monday,
the-
that's 1 week.
And you'd have it by the
You
end of
wouldn't
the
have that
summer.
extra year with that money.
You could go to the dealer and put it back on there.
Yeah, because the truck hasn't been serviced yet, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the truck,
The truck hasn't been serviced yet, so it could sit there for 6, 8 months, completed, and if it's not, if the warranty date starts the day it goes to service.
It's the delivery date.
yeah.
Correct, to the
Yes.
customer, right. to
So-
the- to
That's
the
always how
final
they
buyer.
work, yeah.
Right.
In years past, even the trucks, we'll get the trucks, we'll take delivery of the truck, or I'll go and look at the truck at the dealer and say, yep, it matches what we purchased, they bring it over, it gets upfitted. When we get it, that's when we end up paying for the truck, so, there's all that time in between that you can work out those warranty issues and stuff like that, but
And you are okay with it being
And that
a
includes the
25
5,000
instead of
for
a
the extended-
27?
No, we can't
I
include the 5,000 for warranty, I don't know.
I would rather it be 25. For the emissions package. The emissions package is coming.
Okay, I had no
Yeah,
idea why.
yeah.
Just-
Well, like I say, you got how many years?
couple.
Yeah, I got 22 years in the same field.
Not that
so
many.
Emissions is not.
Emissions is not fun, and it's not your friend.
I,
So yeah, no, I'd be very.
I just didn't know
very
why the
confident with
25 would be preferable over the
Yeah,
27.
I'd be very confident
So I
with
can
the
check with
25
DRA,
emissions.
legal and whatever, and bring you back an answer,
Yeah, if you
but I
could.
think it makes more sense than spend $150,000 than you're gonna spend 11.
Well, I got a question. So if we go with the turnkey, that does not include the $5,000 warranty.
The extra year on the annual.
I'd have to look into it and make sure.
You can ask him, and I can ask them, and we can meet in the middle. It just made, I was sitting
That
there
makes it
thinking
even
it was
trade,
same. And you've had Fairfield as technical body, right? So it's the same hard rock body, because you know.
Same plow gear, it's the same,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there's something to be said about
Because it says
consistency
the
in the fleet.
recommendation would consider, the turnkey units include plow, wing, body, sanding equipment per bid.
It makes
Well
sense.
done, Naomi, maybe.
Does that include all the lights and
Well done, maybe.
everything
Everything.
else too?
Just
Turn-
got to put our door
Perfect.
seal on it.
Put a driver.
Ready to go.
No,
Put
I
a
think
sticker in a driver.
If you ask a question and I get a question, we can get that answer from us.
Okay.
You
Because
can
even if
still,
you
Yeah, that sounds
went
good.
with his recommendation, which which I don't mean to jump on it, but if you went to his recommendation, by the time he called them and they placed the order, you said probably about a week, next week.
Where they're a New York-based company, do you know where that chassis came out of? Was it out of New York? Their vendor in New York?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm assuming it probably did. So,
So they wanna sell this off a lot, essentially,
Yeah,
sitting there,
Fairfield.
somebody fell through?
No, they buy
I'm sorry.
they buy them.
they buy chassis at a whack,
Yeah.
and then they build their own.
They buy them, they upfit them, and then they sell them.
So it's a beer chassis there, they got 90 days, they're gonna apply all the plow and body.
Yeah,
Yep.
they'll turnkey and deliver in 90 days.
The controllers or the controls for the plows might be a little different. I know New Boston, I think, got one of them. It might have been a different town, but somebody got one that was a joystick.
Electric joystick.
Yeah, instead of the
American-
cables that we
American
have.
Yeah.
But again, probably outweighs the waiting.
Yeah, and how
20
much money
months.
we're gonna put in T4 if it makes it that long.
We'll make it till 27.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna make it through the next one.
I got a real stupid question to ask, and it's gonna require a lot of work, and I'm sure Charlie is gonna hate me. The transmission that's in
The Bondo one?
T8,
Yeah,
is that interchangeable with what's in T4?
I think so.
Just a thought,
No, I've already talked about it.
because I think T4 has about a value of this empty water bottle,
Yeah,
so.
That's a 10-wheeler?
my only concern is you get mucking around in there and then you're
What
out.
else? What else?
You're out two of them
Yeah, you.
instead of just one.
Yeah.
Well, I would think you'd, like, maybe.
We could
farm
check it out first
Yeah.
for sure.
And maybe farm it out, but,
I had already spoke with Ballard about possibly swapping them.
okay.
But at the time that I spoke with them, we weren't on the kind of turnkey truck option. It was, well,
This
I
may
could
give you
do
a
that,
background.
but I still gotta wait around for 1.5 years on this truck until I get the new one, so.
Right, no, understood. But my thought is if you get the turnkey, that gives you a little breathing room.
Yep.
To be able to do that.
Yeah.
And that would also, I mean, you're talking probably a couple thousand in labor to save yourself 28 on the front side.
Did anybody offer you anything for trade-in?
Yeah.
Just asking.
No.
Tell them you throw it in for a 10. You throw in the T4 for a little.
Yeah, so.
Get
The last,
to the 280.
Just kidding.
the last few years, I guess, we haven't had anything worth
Yeah, we've had nothing.
much.
They almost want,
Yeah.
Yeah.
even if you haul it over to
Yeah.
state auction, it doesn't sell, they tell you you'll get it.
Scrap.
Yeah.
In order to support the trade-off, should ask Beth, how much money have we put into those 3 Volvo trucks last year, or the last 3 years, just to get an average? And if we get rid of one of those, statistically, I mean, this may be cheaper. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if she could do the analysis, so we at least look at, like, maybe the last 3 years, what have we done for those 3 Volvos? And figure out 1 year's not having to do it, you know, that may come out as a positive
Yeah,
from a statistical standpoint.
I think this coming year, at the very least, if we do keep T4, it's, the body's not gonna be able to treat any material. It's gonna be full of ballast and that's it. The side dump is so far worn out, it's pushing.
It won't push itself up.
Is that the 10-wheeler or is
That's
this?
10-wheeler, yep.
With the grafted on mile steel on the back?
Well, it's got, yeah, it's
Yeah.
got patches all over, but yeah. We do end up running that truck this year. It's gonna be a plow-only type of truck, which really defeats the whole purpose of
Even having it.
having a truck out there, but, yeah, no, I'll get all that, I'll get those numbers and we can meet next week and figure out where to go.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds
Now,
good.
Yeah. And get your packages.
I'm gonna need them.
Get everything you brought with you.
Is that all you had tonight, James?
I think so.
And then these are the two turnkeys.
Enough.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
Not a problem. I'm good unless you guys need anything else.
Sure we will.
Eventually.
We'll send Beth in case we need anything.
Send a smoke signal across town.
That's the one.
My turn?
I think it's your turn.
It's your turn.
So I gave you guys the admin report, basically, as I always read at the top. I had the carport for the 13th, but we've solved that, so that doesn't need to be.
Thank you, Jay.
And the zoning administrator, Steve Garside, as we expressed earlier, he has sent it says, thank you for taking the time to speak with me today for our conversation the 29th of April, will be my last day working for the town of Ware. I really appreciate the opportunity to work with you all here, and it's been a great experience. Thank you, Steve. So, I
Thank you.
just want to acknowledge that.
Thank him for his time.
Yeah, I did. A reminder, you have interviews tomorrow night starting at 6. In your package on your table, I gave you I called it revision 1 job description for the finance administrator, deputy town administrator.
We'll take that.
If you're inclined to accept the revision, I have taken the liberty of removing the word draft and changing the bold and taking off the yellow. And as we did in previous, the selectmen typically assign the end box, which is accepted by the board, the date, and you all sign it if you're so inclined to do that. You've seen it, it would have been twice now. We saw the first one and then the second one. Reappointments for various committees. I don't want to wait for everybody, so I'd like next week if we could, not everybody's completed it. They sent in their volunteer form, but they haven't got their ethics, and they haven't got their social media. So I'm gonna do, I have one new, which as a rule, you would bring in the one new, because you've never met him or appointed him. Then Andy Fulton for Conservation has done his part. Chris Roy for the Energy has done all of his. Steve Bartlett for Energy has done his. Craig for Planning Board, Francisco has done his, and Pastor Stockhouse has done his. Still waiting, zoning meets next week. I'm still chasing a couple. Parks and Rec did the volunteer forms, but I don't have the others. I'm missing a conservation one. So if you're okay, I know I was gonna send you the list, but we can take it up at the next time, later on this evening when we set the agenda. Because you had said you didn't want to just have the new people come in. So that's for a minute or so. Appointment, library installation, I told you we put it off till 5/18. You have RFPs out for headstone and tree work that are due back to the board on 4/20. And then the last thing I didn't put on there, and I think you guys all have seen maybe my response with regard to the solar grant. So that's been back and forth a little bit. And what they're waiting on is called a certificate of authority. She sent me a sample, but I did not fill one out for us yet. And what I suggested was, excuse me, Beth or I, just in case. They didn't answer back that it was a problem, but what they want is, says when selecting a contact, please ensure that they can collaborate properly with Weston and Sampson, MPAC and Barrington. MPAC will require weekly certified payroll admissions from Barrington, and I need someone at Ware to assist with this and other tasks, such as coordinating site visits if necessary. It's essential to choose an individual who has the capacity to manage the responsibilities effectively. If Naomi's the right fit, that's perfectly acceptable. I just want to ensure that whoever is chosen understands the expectations involved. So, I don't know that you can have two of us, I'm not sure. I'm just looking at one or the other. And I would like it to say, basically the authority, it says I, town clerk, do certify that one, at the select board meeting held, and we put the date in, the select board voted to apply for and enter into a grant agreement with the state of energy to accept funds in the amount of, we put the number in, we put that in, that's all right. Such funds from the state, federal, or other government unit or private source which becomes available during the year in accordance with procedures set forth in New Hampshire law. 2, the select board further authorized the town administrator or finance administrator to execute any documents may be necessary. 3, the authorization has not been revoked, annulled, or amended in any manner and remains in full force and effect. And 4, the following person has been appointed to and now occupies the office stated under number 2. And then the town administrator's name or finance goes there, and then it's certified by the town clerk and notarized. This is a sample they want us to do. I'd like either or, because I'm not familiar with all this MPAC and whatever for Barrington's payroll. And she needs this before I can get a contract, is what I was told. I'm happy to do it and I can learn. If
What's the
it's-
other option?
Well, give it to Beth, but, I mean, it's one or the other. And I had explained that, but. I mean,
You gotta go to Beth for the finances anyways?
It's a reimbursement program, which I explained in my email to you. The other thing that I've stumbled across is, I'm not sure if you read your emails this afternoon, the grant was for 119,240, and they're gonna take almost $6,000
Yeah.
off the top, so you're only gonna get 113, so I don't know what Barrington's number is, so if you wanna pause till I get that information, I can have.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Are we getting a smaller array or no array?
Put it on there.
right.
Okay, because there's too many questions at the moment for us to understand.
This whole thing has been one question after another.
Yeah, and so
It's-
I don't mind leading them around and things like that, but I don't think.
Don't know the
I thought it was
lingo,
all-inclusive.
don't, yeah.
No, I thought it was all inclusive, so if the bid, unless Barrington's included the permit fees. I
Which would be
don't-
great.
But if not, and the putting up the panels was 119,240, are we taking off a couple panels now? I gotta get some more, but, she pushed and pushed, but I'm gonna push back a little bit, and I'll get you the information for next week and see. And and maybe it's not that anything I couldn't learn, and Beth could just show me in a second, and I could do that. I thought it was a little, to me, it was awkward that all of a sudden now we're being told it's $6,000 in permit fees. So, I'll get that for you for next week as well.
Very good.
Other than that, that would be my last thing, as I didn't have it on there for some itching reason, and I don't know why. So now you have the manifest.
Manifest.
Unless somebody has any questions.
Let me do this before we
No,
start.
are we approving the
Manifest?
new job description?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it just
No
takes
business.
your signature. for
We just
me.
sign it, right?
Or we
Yeah,
just
you
sign it?
just- If you're all set with it, it just stays in the document. It's been run through the finance admin two times. I lost my manifest.
Ready for manifest?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, March 30th, 2026, in order for the treasurer to sign the payroll and accounts payable checks dated April 2nd, 2026, as including the following manifest. Payroll manifest, $96,917,000 weekly payroll. Accounts payable manifest, $140,199 $1.28 for a total of $237,116.29.
Second.
No discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
500. Does that go to her? Minutes?
Well, the minutes came in, but I don't know that I posted them.
I didn't see.
You
I
didn't
didn't-
see them?
I didn't see
them.
Because I got 5 sets of minutes from cemetery, I got planning, and I got selectmen, and I didn't post them, I got them. but- Sorry, my fault.
Committee, Selectmen's Committee updates?
I got none.
I got none.
They, Parks and Rec held a Tuesday meeting. I chose not to go, because I felt they needed to be able to do that by themselves. And I couldn't give them any more information than what they had from us. So, I'll be there at the next meeting.
The planning board? Nice.
Everybody else done? Next agenda?
Correspondence, other business?
Oh,
You have
sorry,
something
yes.
under other business?
Yes, we need to amend the,
Not yet. A few more minutes.
what's that?
She thought I tipped over.
We need to amend the motion from March 2nd to include the updated title of finance administrator / deputy town administrator, and recommend that we increase her pay for taking on the role of, within the job description we just approved, HR and deputy town administrator, $15,000.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Yeah, can we just clarify, it wasn't HR, but it's finance director, or finance administrator?
It's a job subtitle within.
No,
Oh, human resources instead of leaving.
What I
it's
say.
inside.
You just said HR, he just
Oh,
said we should
sorry.
define human resources.
Okay. It's my 36 years of dealing with them.
Okay.
Second? Got a second?
I second it.
Discussion being none? All those in favor? Aye?
Aye.
Yes.
500.
I'm gonna abstain.
And then,
Agenda?
yeah, so, we've been waiting to address some things, so can you start again at, non-public at 5:30? The chief's got some things to talk about, blue chief, can you start at 5:30 again?
That makes sense.
Okay, and then 6:30, and then, pledge allegiance, and then I have public comment, and now Jason's gonna return again under department head for DPW for truck bids. And then, under that, I would typically have a list of your volunteers, of your renewals, and I would invite the gentleman in for the first time. He's been to Park and Rec, he went to their meeting, which is what you require, is to sit through one meeting, get a sign off, and now you interview him, and then, so I would list him individually, because you would meet with him, but I would list the others, but they wouldn't be here, of the ones I gave you earlier, okay?
Understood.
And then the Snowmobile Club had asked at the conservation to, and they got referred to the select. So you were there at that one, so they'd like to be put on for the 6th. To talk about, I think it's seeking permission to use town property?
Yeah, there's a couple of things going on there, and I don't know if has the Conservation Commission approved all those?
I can look through their minutes, I think they recommended that they go to you.
Okay, but I didn't know as if they passed on it yet. I mean, when I was there last time, seemed like it was just up for discussion, but if they truly did do it, we can take it up at that point.
Okay, well, I can check.
I think they had two. One was up on one was on Fern Pond,
Yeah,
and the other one was,
so I can check with conservation and make sure,
yeah, before we go approve
before I
something.
put them on. If they said no.
They
then-
probably did. I mean, if they did, fine.
Right, but if they said no, I would do. And then the traditional other things, and then second.
Do we have any, other than Jason, do we have any other things to discuss regarding
I just added Jason.
budget stuff? Did everything get taken care of?
Well, I can ask Beth if she wants to return with a finalized thing, see what it looks like.
I think it's probably a good idea.
We got Parks and Rec,
They're sharpening a pencil.
yeah, so we
So do
may,
you want Park and Rec or Beth to do the overview, one's Park and Rec show?
Beth did the overview after the share, I think, too.
But I'll let them know they're invited.
Oh, for sure. Always invited.
she wants to bring in just a spreadsheet, that'll be
Yeah.
fine too.
Okay.
Can you forward me the list of volunteers up for renewal? For some reason, I don't have that.
You did I not speak up? So Kyle, Gori is going to be the new member for Park. Then Andy Fulton is re-upping for conservation. Chris Conroy is energy. Steve Bartlett is energy. Craig Francisco is planning. And Castroville Stockhouse also for planning. I still know others I gotta gather.
Okay, all right, thank you.
I get half recommendations.
I don't need the list now that I've heard all that. I'm good, thank you.
This may be late, I don't know if it's fashionable, but we didn't select a committee member for the CIP last time, or did we? I missed it.
No.
You did not. CIP was missed.
Anybody want to do CIP? Don't all rush on it once. I'm happy to do it again, if that helps.
They met about midday.
Typically, we always do in the morning.
Yeah, I can't make that, so.
We do it in the morning.
We try to get it down
Nominate
to
Jack
3
Dearborn for
good meetings.
CIP.
Yes. You just got nominated, you hear that?
Guess I got it. That by
Thanks,
unanimous
Jack.
consent?
Unanimous default.
Alrighty, are we ready for adjournment?
I believe you are.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, second?
Thank you. No discussion? All in favor? Aye?
Aye.
Done.
Kind of.
That's pretty good considering all the
We had
stuff we had.
Oh, we had quite a bit.